talking. We want gameplay, you tubby son of a bitch. Maverick, long story short, is that we are an amnesiac cop who has woken up in a pseudo-European island city. We don't know we're a cop. We discover we're a cop. We discover we're investigating a murder. We discover that we have gone incredibly hard on drugs the previous week, and this has been a 36-hour playthrough dedicated to us piecing together and unraveling the mystery of everything. Reality is crazy because it's us figuring out reality all the way up to, like, economic policy and notion and deep thought processes about how humanity treats each other. But it also was, like, all the way down to the micro level of, like, what is our name? Where are we from? Why are we so blasted out of our mind on drugs? Holy guacamole cow, what's going on, man? Reverse murder. It's one of these. You just gotta give them the old reverse murder hands. Okay, let's do this. Let's check in real quick with these and see which ones we're actually most interested in opening up. Joyce Messier and Tommy Lahome are conceptualization. So is the backyard wall. Conceptualization seems like it'd be good. Hand-eye coordination is fractured bullet. These are all skill checks that we've failed. And wash basin. I don't know that the composure... Well, the composure ones might be okay. Pile of clothes. What other things would we get out of that? So we've got... It basically rolls out like an RPG. We have points we can assign to these fractured aspects of our brain. These personality traits, and the more we pump them up, the more they speak to us as we speak to other people. Every time that I've ever said I have Twitch chat rattling around inside my head when I'm shopping at the grocery store, this is kind of it. Like, I'll be talking to someone and then physical instrument pipes up. And I'm like, oh, shut up, dude. Come on. Like, stop being so pushy. Or like, electrochemistry pipes up and tells me how we should be doing drugs. Visual calculus is cool to 54th, but I don't have any skill checks to roll for it. I'm kind of past the point of RPG character building now, and frankly, I'm just at a place of like, what can I knock off? And visual calculus has set of tracks, and that's literally it. That's all I'd be able to retry with the roll. The white. So white check means it's a dice roll that I can retry the skill check over and over and over again. Red checks you can only do once. Okay, so it's either going to be composure. It's either going to be composure or conceptualization. I might do conceptualization. Composure versus conceptualization. That's intellect, right? Conceptualization. Understand creativity, see art in the world. Versus composure. Where's composure? Down here. Straighten your back, keep a poker face. Let's see. We'll do conceptualization. Level up. Accept changes in clothes. It is the beginning of the day, so we have all the time in the world. Let's go to the backyard wall. Oh, I'm having a thought. Why does art inspire you so much? Oh, I'm about to have a little opt-in. It does, yes, but what is art? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication. Representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined. Would I fit into the art world? I mean, have you looked into the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too. Hold on. Let's see. No, I have been feeling critical lately. Yes, you seek substance, no vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real living art here. Become the art cop, half critic, half cop. Opt in, sure, I'm always down. Actual art degree. Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to be free, is needed to free me from rote repetitions, so be it. Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals of the street, you must apprehend the criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Half critic, half superstar cop. So Taffy, after the first package arrived, and I'm assuming you've only seen it on a scale of 1 to asshole pucker. I haven't opened the box. When you said don't open it until I intend on using it, I didn't even open the package. The box is, I can see the box underneath my monitor. It is right there. So if I have permission to like literally open the box and look at the bottle, I will take a look at the bottle after stream is over. While on the poop throne, I figured out why I don't like Disco Elysium. It's these D&D sessions where there's no combat or anything. It's just huge amounts of investigation and puzzle solving. Oh yeah, no, that's the game. That would be like saying I don't like tic-tac-toe because there are X's and O's and no glaives or battle axes or shootouts. Like 100%. And anybody who's been lured into the idea of potentially purchasing the game, I've made sure to say this game is like 95% reading. It is a choose your own adventure with pictures and an RPG element. The one time that we have goaded the game into violence, we didn't even get a chance to defend ourselves. It just told us we were dead from a shootout. So, Spooty Chick. I can't wait to finish this game so that I can try to play a game. Like, I want to play a run in my own time. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, Art Cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble. We had a thought. Really quickly, I just want to take a look at, besides, like, so we're going to the backyard wall, which is, it doesn't show it here, but it's right here. To try that check. I don't know where Tommy LaHome is. And I think since we've gone to bed, we've had enough time pass that we can check back in on Suna and her project. So we helped ravers move into this place where there's a deadened void in sound in the world. And the big conflict there was a scientist was battling these ravers who wanted to set up a meth lab. There's no moral ambiguity. They just don't want to be in each other's way. And they don't want each other in each other's way. And so we had to go broker a truce. So we're helping some ravers set up a drug lab, and we're helping a scientist figure out why there's a deadened sound spot in the middle of this church. I've been playing tic-tac-toe wrong all these years with actual toes. What am I meant to use? It's tic-tacs. It's a branded game. It's a brand interaction. I don't know. I don't know what's going. Oh, I got to report back to Joyce. Okay, so jam mystery, armor pieces. I got a feeling that Joyce is gonna open up and share a little bit. I don't know what's going on with the tattoo stuff. Maybe Everart, the Jabba the Hutt looking fool. There are a handful of these that I don't know if I'm gonna figure out on this playthrough. And I guess that's probably just gonna be okay, but. Yo, Arab Gunner, can't stay long, going to a beer fest. Man, I am still on my fast. My fast doesn't break for another 3 hours. My son's having his tonsils removed next month. Oof. Yo, it's snowing. That's new. I think that's the last night that I stay in the hotel. I think from here on out I stay, like I've been paying 20 real a night. I've been paying 20 real a night to stay in the hostel. I think that doesn't happen anymore. I think I stay in the fisherman's thing. Oh, God. Why did I convince myself this was a good idea? It's just an ordinary wall, nothing to see here. I have upped my chance of hitting this by having a keen aesthetic sensibility, and Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. Damn, we'd have to roll high. We did not. We rolled high. We did not roll high enough. How far were we off? Oh, we were off by 1. What kind of beer are you gonna drink while you're there? All right, I gotta go before the lady friend wakes up, and if I see Logan Paul, I'm gonna kick him in the dick. You know what? You live your best life. I'm in with you on this. We have to look at this wall. Lieutenant sighs. Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to. I don't have anywhere to put anything in my thought cabinet, and for the most part, I like most of the stuff that's in here. These are all things that we haven't even discovered yet, and then these are all thoughts that we'll just probably not see this playthrough, and then these are all thoughts that we've dismissed because we just didn't like the bonuses it gave us enough to keep them around. I have more white checks I can try. Where's Tommy Lahome? Oh, that's the stoner at the back of the truck. Let's go talk to him. Joyce has moved. She is now down in the fishing dock area. Sure, we can zoom out. She's down in the fishing shanty town. I have no idea what kind of beer. My girlfriend asked me to go, and I said yes because I like beer. Fair enough, man. There's no wrong answer there. So Tommy Lahome, we'll talk to him. I haven't talked to Everard in a while. It
now
might
it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
It might behoove us to give him a talk again in the not so distant future. Conceptualization. Oh, dude, hold on. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, I can't do this while we're here. Hold on. Do I have anything that ups conceptualization in my inventory before I do this? Instrument. Yeah. What do I have on now? Shirt that is logic. Look at us, man. Look at us get these modifiers in here. This is something I didn't do in the beginning, and I should have, because it's too easy. You know, like, it's too easy to do this and get boosts to skill check. I should have done this before I checked the freaking wall, man. Drama, rhetoric. Kicking myself for not doing this more frequently. We should do this before almost every check. I can't help but think we'd be done with some of these skill checks if I had done that previously.
Now it's turning into a...
Look at that! Went from...
limbo, man.
That went from a coin flip to almost a sure thing just because we changed some clothes out. I don't know too much about this game. It's a detective game. Simbo, what's going on? Welcome back, first and foremost. Beyond that, TLDR, amnesiac cop goes on a cop goes on a drug-fueled bender, actually gives himself amnesia, wakes up, and it takes on a very D&D style, choose-your-own-adventure, film noir, trippy art, sleuthing, very narrative-heavy tale that takes you through sort of a false Euro city with its own sort of lore and background. And because the character enters as ignorant of the entirety of the reality that you're in as you are, you load yourself up with RPG-style abilities and a point system that you can use to craft the personality of the person that exists, that, you know, because there's a consciousness that lives inside this vacant space where there are no memories, and you can make that whatever you want. I've talked to people who have played it as a very chivalrous white knight. I've talked to people who have played this game and their main character, this dude here, that guy on the other side of Kim with the walrus mustache, that dude there, they've played him as like a drug-fueled psycho cop. We've played it. I've heard people have played it as like a beatnik. Yeah, it's pretty nifty. It is spendy, but man, is it beautifully written. All right, there's something here stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like a mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray. Whoa, he leans in, his eyes bright with attention. What else? It's a chalice held out to you in silent communion. Silent communion, that's good. He is transfixed by the words, where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own. Dang, he grunts, unable to suppress his reaction. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself? I am just a vessel for the muse, man. Right, but really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours. I think I might be. I think that yes, I think the words are mine. Yes. Fucking A. Seems I got it all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibility these days. It's good to meet a fellow poet, someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, see, they don't really get it. Hey man, cops are human too. Yeah, I guess I owe you an apology for thinking otherwise, and again, great shit. He gives you a thumbs up. You found some common ground with this man, even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words. Oh, cool. So we've got some things that, like, our internal personal struggle white checks that might be unlocked now because we have further gained insight to our own personal psychosis here. Damn, you're on early? I start at 8 o'clock every morning. This is quite literally my start time 6 days a week. This game is called Disco Elysium. TLDR. Amnesiac cop, RPG elements, choose your own adventure, beautifully written, beautifully illustrated. No, goodness no. I start The Binding of Isaac at 8 in the morning and go until noon Eastern. And then I play whatever else from noon Eastern until I'm tired. Saturdays is just the wild card day. So that I can sort of use it to balance out my schedule or just play something that's not the other 5 days of the week. Okay, so that's it for the white checks with Tommy Lahome. Did that change white check status on that one? That one's broken. Alright, we gotta go talk to Joyce LeMessier. We do have a better shot at the mirror. And we will be able to fiddle with the box of sunglasses on the way down. So I guess let's walk down to Joyce Messier. I really do think that at some point during the day of this adventure, we should talk to, Everalt. A big Jabba the Hutt looking son of a bitch. Because we haven't spoken to him in like 3 days, ever since we scammed him.
Back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy.
Is that not the one? Oh, it's the box of sunglasses that I'm looking at.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Man. No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on its bent cap. Son of a bitch. Amphibian sports visor for $6 if we want it. Perception, and this one's electrochemistry, so if we decide we want to look like a drugged out super cop. What's going on in here?
Keep coming back. That's good, officer.
Half-light.
Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy.
Half-light is our ability to intimidate people at the expense of composure and savoir-faire. Alright, well, we are not doing so hot with our skill checks. We are not doing so hot with our skill checks. Let's see if the Joyce, So Joyce, there is a workers' strike here in town. It is headed up by two different people. One is essentially Everalt, the Jabba the Hutt character I'm talking about, is the union leader. Very Jimmy Hoffa-y. The other one is Joyce, who is this woman, who is like the representative of the gigantic corporation for which the union works.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
We do have, people have been asked, wait, hold on. Let's see. So this whole game started with us trying to figure out why there was a dead body behind the hostel we were in. It had been up there for a week and was incredibly gross. So this is all us kind of revisiting, I have to remember where down the dialogue tree this question was that we were trying to white check again. That's the man killed. She almost takes the photo but then stops. I'm afraid this discussion once we've cleared up the lynching question. Why? How is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching? Better not to tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there's something else I can help you with. She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it, says Empathy. What was the? Let's see. I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Completed task jam mystery. Gained experience 70. Level up. So now we get a point, which I might sink into. We did composure, so I might sink the other one into conceptualization. Or if it's vice versa, I'll do vice versa. Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? Wait, where exactly are these eyes located? It doesn't matter, and I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at times like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. The decision should be yours. Oh shit, do we let Kim, the responsible cop who has his memory, make the sensible decision here? Or do we just interject and say some shit, chat? Who's got a strong... What would a superstar cop do? I think a superstar cop would decide. I don't know what I'm going to decide. I vaguely know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Pinju. It is... This is a rough place. You're coming into a narrative-driven game 36 hours in. I will answer any and all questions. But it would take me the entire 4 hours to tell the 36 hours of story we've imbibed playing this game over the last month and a half. We're jumping in. So this lady basically... No, I thought you just started? No, goodness no. We're 36 hours into this game. We're actually, I am told, within sight of the finish line on this game. There'll be an investigation, that's all I can say. You sent us on a wild goose chase. There's nothing to investigate. We actually turned up a few interesting things. Share information. Let's try that one. I kind of want to split the middle on this one. It's good to hear. I wouldn't want to pry into a confidential police matter, but in any event, I'd like you to share more. I would like to know who it was. The lieutenant clears his throat audibly. Be very careful what information you're going to share with her. Uh-oh. Esprit de corps feels very, like, our dedication to the decorum of the police and the military brotherhood of police says that we have to be very careful what we say to her. Oh, also, yeah. Last week, we found out that there's a place in the game that ultimately we're coming up on. And if we go in there, there's a bunch of stuff that we won't be able to get back. One of it was the cryptozoologist. What was the other one? Does anyone remember? It basically said you're about to find Ruby, who is this character, this like drug runner, trucker, intimidating character that we've been tracking and have not met yet, but we found her hideout. And if we go in there and initiate a conversation with her, there are certain storylines that will be cut off. It's a she, by the way. It seems the architect of the operation has gone missing. The abandoned lorry is near the statue. I saw a really advanced radio system with a lot of radio stations saved. I found research about something called ULAN frequencies that came up related to the operation. I came upon a few hidden maps illustrating the range of a smuggling network. It's possible there's even a connection to La Puta Madre. We'll try this first. This seems innocuous. So do you have different skill sets like empathy and esprit de corps that help you pick dialogue options? Yes. Yeah, Simba. So essentially, depending on which character you build, because they have preset characters. There's like the thinker and the empath and the brute. And we built our own. This was modeled after me. I'm not very smart and I'm not very, very coordinated, but I'm big and I'm very empathic. So we built this custom after me. The more points you put into different categories, the more they pipe up during dialogue. And they actually guide you to, I don't want to necessarily say right and wrong choices, but they guide you towards choices. Like this one, we've got like 15 different dialogue options we can go with or whatever. and it lets you know, like, hey, you should consider. We've looked around the bend. You should consider what we're telling you when you make your decisions. So it's kind of, yeah, it's combination, like, it's less psychic and more psych. Like, throw a pineapple in here, and that's kind of like, we're savant. We're inadvertently good at this. Raoul Rings, what's going on, man? Cryptos and union talks, I think. So anyway, yeah, I'll close this out. Seems the architect of the operation has gone missing and abandoned lorry is near the statue. A runaway, good work. This is a tangible lead towards solving the whole mystery. She's a fan of vintage movie stars. The inside of the cab was plastered with posters. We contain multitudes, do we not? It might not be pertinent to her profession, but who knows? It may help you find her yet. Well, shit, she means you know her closer now. In some ways, you know her soul a bit. Well, it says be careful what information we share, but it doesn't give me an opt-out option, so I have to share some of this with her. It's a she, by the way. Clever. Few suspect a woman in this sort of skullduggery. Good move on their part. I saw a really advanced radio system with a lot of stations saved. That speaks of the vastness and sophistication of the operation. So ultimately, we asked her for information on this murder, and she asked us to be her hired goons to discover a drug smuggling operation within her company, Wild Pines, corporate structure. So we agreed to be her muscle, and in return, she has agreed at the very end to tell us what she knows. The dial of the knob was missing. The radio is inoperative. It was the nerve center of the operation. She could contact whole fleet. We'll say the dial of the knob was inoperative. She nodded, sensible for her to disable access to such essential information. I found research about something called ULAN frequencies related to the operation. High-intensity microwave frequencies. They're used for navigational purposes to compress the inter-isolary space. They may use it to communicate with incoming freighters. So you're playing as a cop? An amnesiac cop. We just woke up as a dude with a wretched hangover who frankly was trying to die. And instead, we didn't die, and we came out of a hotel room and divined over the first several days that we were alive that we were a cop. And now we've just kind of been opting into adventures because we don't know what else to do. And it turns out we're pretty good at being a cop. But we still have pretty wretched amnesia. Uh-oh, I failed one. Let's be honest, you have no idea what that meant. Inter-isolary microwave compression. Moving on. I came upon a few hidden maps illustrating the range of the smuggling network. A first-rate find. That should tell you all you need to know about their network, I would imagine. Yes, they're spread all over Jamrock and beyond. I couldn't even identify the exact endpoints. So this goes beyond Jamrock. She looks inland. At least you understand the gravity of the situation, and those maps will prove a very valuable asset indeed. It's potentially, there is possible, there's even a connection to La Puta Madre. Madre. What is La Puta Madre? A seriously bad guy. Better not to frighten you, ma'am. Let's go ahead and put her mind at ease. Frighten me, she smiles. I'm not frightened easily, but I understand some things are best left for the police to keep to themselves. I've told you what I've found. Now it's your turn. What does the color of continue button mean? So the red one just means that I'm continuing down a choice tree in a specific quest or mini quest, and then that like multicolored button means that I'm actually wrapping something up. Like in the process of clicking that like weird, like opal, shell colored one. It's like, holy shit, you've wrapped up a task, you've wrapped up a quest, you've wrapped up an investigation, and this is gonna put a pin in it and bring you back to the initial dialogue tree that you've got. So this is just, we will continue. Red just means, you know, you'll go on after you've done this and keep plucking away. I appreciate you placing your trust in me. Thank you again for looking into this matter. You have my gratitude and the gratitude of the Wild Pines group. Now, per our original agreement, it is time for me to share my company secrets with you. There's a change in her demeanor. A caution comes over her. A tension. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands. Half-light. The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries. What's that about a bloodbath? I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony. Is that about a bloodbath? Yes, I'm afraid the strike may descend into a small-scale civil war with possible consequences for all of Revachol West. This is our partner, by the way. This is the only reason that we really know we're a cop, is that he's a cop, and he said he's our partner for this investigation from a different precinct. Since you're sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario. And then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I've already heard about a connection between the strike and the lynching, but I need your testimony. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail. A momentary lapse of faith. They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer. Oh yeah, the initial offer was we want every person who works for this. Basically, they wanted to become like a co-op. They wanted every single worker within Wild Pines to have partial ownership of the company. Every worker a member of the board, she nods. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke, and they did not appreciate the humor. Do you need a security detail? Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering. Who are they exactly? Crenel, an Orangese military company. As far as I know, they arrived. 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor. They have semi-automatic weapons and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment. Oh, so you're playing both of them? No. This is me. Kim is our partner. We can't control what he does or says. And he is absolutely the better of us. He will actively try to stop us from doing stupid shit, and then we will likely do stupid shit regardless. So what happened? The story is one of them, the colonel, and I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the Whirling in Rags and lynched. I thought it was Whirling in Rags. That might be a typo. Last Sunday night. What then? Nothing. Mr. Clare refused to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss the matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 criminal contractors carry out their orders for now. Is a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow. What is the nature of this so-called investigation? Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. Jesus. It'll be all of them. The decision is already made, says Half-Light. You've made a mess here. I have to say, this is not disco. Maybe the investigations can team up, share resources and intelligence. Oh boy, that is not good. I have to say, chat, this is not disco. It is very far from disco. A wave crashes against the side of her boat. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, she leans against the wooden planks. If you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This, in turn, will force the Union to respond. They would have to project strength and power. I just finished a Wendy's breakfast taste spread. Conclusions slightly above average. Best item, potato wedges. I would imagine it's on par with Burger King's. I haven't had it, but in my mind's eye, Jelly Bean, Burger King, in my opinion, is slightly better than McDonald's. And I would imagine that Wendy's would be slightly better than Burger King. Or on par with it. The Débardeuses have over 2,000 men. It will be 2,000 to 1. Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? She leans back. It is not pretty. The Ceres giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours. Burger King here is trash tier. I won't eat it, so I don't know how it is. I dig on Burger King. Pinju sounds good, man. Gotta go. I'll be back later if you're on. Today is a weird day. I have to stop at noon Eastern because my son has a school thing, and he told me it was very important that I be there if I could. Basically, he said, I would love if you would be there if you could. So I will. So today, instead of going until 3 in the afternoon, I go till lunch, and then I'll grab a sandwich, and I will go see his robotics. He's in a robotics club, and he's built something, and he wants me to see it, so. Oh, dude, I love Jack in the Box, but I don't have any Jack in the Boxes remotely near me. Pinju, tomorrow's my day off. Sundays are my day off, so I will catch you Monday. Isaac from 8 to noon. Witcher 3 from noonish until I get tired, which is around 3. We're getting there. You and me are gonna work out a rapport, goddammit, if it costs me my life. You and me are gonna be friends. We're gonna go get mimosas and fucking crepes together. We're gonna open up a bed and breakfast in our retirement age years together. We're gonna be buddies. If it's the last thing I do. Alright, I'm diving back in. Yeah, it's basically saying that this hired muscle could probably tear through the town and maybe have a single casualty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. This is, for reference, chat, this artistic rendering of this fake Eurotown, the people who fought in the last revolution were using like front loader, or like muzzle loading rifles and shit. So if they were to go up against, what was it, PP-20s, you know, if they were to go up against the guns from Westworld, they'd be in deep shit. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most union workers don't have guns at all. Yeah, it's a very steampunk world, but apparently these guys have, like, Westworld armor. She is silent for a moment and then concludes, as I said, a bloodbath. See, Kim, this is the great bloodletting I've been telling you about. I can see it happen. I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first. This isn't pretty. Bleak scenario describing. I think the confrontation is inevitable. Let's be bleak. I feel like being bleak. It appears you have found it, yes, and I'm not happy for you. I can't see it happen. Too many things have to go wrong first. Too many things have already gone wrong. She looks at your eyes, damp from the wind. Lieutenant Double Yeater Dubois. Yo, we might level up twice. Shit. All we can do is keep that which is not from, all we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this whole situation. What can you tell me about the Crenel? Not much. Their public resume is relatively good as far as a private military contractor goes. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welshman, Laurence, Indracht. A warning sign, however, the operations concerned all take place in third and fourth world countries, guarding facilities, escort missions, and such. I mean, they're used to operating in war zones. Yes, all the good conflict corridors. Countries that don't have good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. Sounds like maybe the colonel went a little native during the course of his duties. I wouldn't go so far as to use that term, detective. What, going native? Yes. Feels like there's a good response here, but you're not coming up with one. Carry on. Thanks, Rhetoric. I can always count on you, pal. What else you got on them? Sadly, do you have anything else on them? Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though. The ICP, the International Collaboration Police, or Insane Clown Posse chat, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex multinational investigations. Their database is the single largest source of information in the world. You know a lot about the inner workings of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police or the Insane Clown Posse, ma'am? In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel. Could you contact the company, tell them to call them off? I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us. She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can. You said the deceased assaulted a woman? He didn't. She tilts her head. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. What did these teenagers by the canal say? That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I asked around a bit. It seems to be the accepted story around Martinez. This does not come as news to, but still. He exchanges a glance with you. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know? Last Sunday night at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gate. Supposedly the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. I know the woman you're talking about. We have it under control. Oh wait, don't mention it. Ooh, what if we play our cards close to our chest on this one? I feel like we probably play it like we don't overplay our hand a little here. I don't feel like we tell her about what's her name, the smoking chick on the roof. You know what? Let's not tell her what we know. Let's tell her to tell us what she knows. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it was a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it was the colonel's remaining colleagues. It's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him? If you mean, did I see him alive? Yes, but I did not know him. His name was Lele, service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. It's a bad sign if ever there was one. Tell me about the others first. Yeah, we know quite a bit about the lover. One is a man, Cordy they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Cordy is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is the radio operator. Lieutenant cuts in. What would you say was his eye color, the deceased? She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, and then shakes her head. I can't remember. There's a pang of regret in her voice. That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age? He was 40, 50. It's hard to say which. He had combat injury on his lower jaw. Made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw in the body, and Clausia, that's her name, also mentioned it, I believe. He says to you, and then turns back to Joyce. What else? Nationality, accent. Really? He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent. Orangese or Messenian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. She nods. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. Pain threshold says, must be hard to force your face to move in a new fashion. If you continue like this, you'll have an aneurysm. Then you'll have that too. Where are the remaining two mercs now? They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. She raises a cautionary finger. For one, they're likely to be armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the RCM as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes, ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting. Vigilantes, you're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol. Let's see. RCM gets the authority from the coalition. Where do they get theirs? We still need to know where they are. We'll confront them directly. Someone needs to be... Let's see. Someone needs to put the fear of Revachol in their hearts. Did you miss the part about ceramic armor and automatic weapons detective? Thank you, Kim. Oh, no. That's alright. We're alright. We're kind of good. This is a bad idea. One I won't be party to. She shakes her head emphatically. We are hopeful we can do better with this one. Sent by the Pines. Scav leader murder. Bad reply. Clothes didn't fit right. Scav leader built like a brick. So we have boosted this about as high as we can get. Chat. Thank God. I used to be a mod, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Well, one is obviously Scab leader at the harbor gates, the one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. Wow, the Scab leader is actually one of the mercenaries, part of this group. Crazy. Okay. One of the guys is intentionally stirring discord among the union workers. We've talked to him. We just thought he was a big dumb hunk of meat at the front door. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers. One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates. The Scab leader is probably the building overlooking the round. Okay, let's just start there. That may be so. She's poised and unperturbed. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest. For all of your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gates is a powder keg. Does this not bother you? Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant, but my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the union? Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace. One is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout. That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible. Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece? Heavens no, I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel. She nods to the sloop's cabin. How much time do we have? Until the execution starts? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on the progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience. They don't report their progress to you? No, not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawked by the bay. It's a matter of days, not weeks. That's enough for now, conclude. Can you tell me more about these tattoos? Of course. Excuse my hesitation before she reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand for about a half a minute in silence. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured like those of a working woman, says Perception. Kim says it is taken with a Triget not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs. Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression. Her mouth is relaxed and the accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes are moving slowly on the photo's surface. What do you think? Sorry, she breaks from her concentration. I was trying to see if I could read the web of interdependence between these points, the stars. She points to one on the photo of the paper. I can't, but now
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Sun Kaiser comes in, tier 1, 16 months. Beep, bun, here comes the fucking sun. Thank you, Sun Kaiser. I appreciate you. It's one of the, Saturday is always kind of a chill day. So I will, let's see, what do I have? What do I have to work with here? Let's do this and this, and then do that in tandem, and then do this, and then go boop, 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 boop. We give them alternating. There's all the feelings that I have right now. Thank you, Sun Kaiser, for the 16 months. I sincerely appreciate it. Love you as well, man. Good morning, McFucky Tuffy in chat. Ghost Cubby, what's going on, man? I got 3 more hours to crack away at Disco Elysium, so I will interact with you, chat, but I'm not going to go on my long rambling tangents today because I am told there's a potential that I might be able to wrap this spectacular game up today, and I'd love to do it justice. Dr. Skyler says, all right, Taffy just got into the office. I'm in here for the long haul. I can almost see the end of my week, and by the end of the week, I mean next Friday. I'll be lurking until esports start. That sounds good. And then, that's right, and then Taffy has to go off and be a good dad today. Otherwise, I would just stay with this game until it ended this afternoon. I can't, but that's how you read the story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, or anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you the story of what they represent. Port cities on the ocean. This is an Orangese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century as early as 300 years ago. The sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. What is the use of this map? The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should ever die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by the silver cord, they would call it. Where is he now? This one's going nowhere but the morgue. I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. This one has flown quite far by now. Nowhere, there is no soul. Let's say I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. She remains unfazed. That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps, a fear of drowning within one's corpse. Good dad, what's that? I don't know, man. I'm trying my best. You think I'm out here pretending to be a professional Twitch streamer and just gliding by the imposter syndrome. You should see me be a dad and husband. I'm faking all that too, and so far just nobody's sniffed me out. Ugh. What travels did the dead man make? Quite a few. Veredafurt, in the Orangese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. She points to it on the photo. He started somewhere near here, I think. What next? Then he made his way to the Prito Grande, though what I think must be, I'm not even going to try, an artificial channel made through the Occident. From the Prito, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Seminoles Islands, then this, and she points to the heart. This game's been added to my Steam wishlist. I was so unsure of the game when you started playing it, but now I'm hooked and I want to see other options that are possible. Dude, Xflibibib, am I ever in the same boat as you? To play a second playthrough of this game, knowing now what I didn't know then, and to take it a completely opposite direction with like the build and the choices that I make, I'm giddy to end this run so I can start a new one and not feel obliged to read everything out loud and kind of perform everything. This game, you know, I'm 30 some odd. I'm gonna end up doing 40 hours on this game, and then I'm gonna turn around and play it again for probably another 30. So I'm paying less than $1 per hour of playing this game, and it's been worth every penny. Revachol, she says, those are the two constants, Vrita Fort on the shoulder and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of the Insulindi at the dawn of the Inter-Isolary Age. The old... No, Ghost Cubby, I 100%, yeah, you and Rini, I took that and turned it into a bit, and I was just like, man, it's gonna make it sound like they thought I was like, I'm gonna make it sound like they were like, yo, Taffy sucks ass at being a human. Yeah, no. I was picking up what you were putting down. And then because I'm a selfish Twitch streamer, I made it all about me. It's all about me. Check out my treat stream. Buy from Humble Bundle. Use the Amazon affiliate link. Somebody gift Xflibibib a sub, and be sure to give bits and subs and stream gifts to me. That's... Sorry, yeah. I got it. There was a part of me that was like, I could turn this into a bit. And then I was like, I should let them know I turned that into a bit, and not that I just didn't fuck up reading what they said. The old world passing by and the new world already here. You said you can't read it. Dude, we're gonna end up getting another level up. We're gonna have 2 points to spend. I can't, this man was no sailor and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meanings. Oh, that's fair. I just didn't want other people to misunderstand. Ghost Cubby's the worst, by the way. Spread the word. Who could tell me more? His platoon members, the other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was a friend and their comrade. Challenge accepted. I say we do it. I fucking love Physical Instrument. Challenge accepted. Let's go show these guys their dead friend in a photo. Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before the public security, but if you want to wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you. That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help. Wow, okay. Yeah, thank you for the autosave. I was about to do much the same thing. I thought we had a point to spend. Did we not just level up? Oh, we did. We do have a point to spend. Composure was the other one we were thinking about doing. And that opens up another conversation storyline with Joyce Messier. No. Conceptualization? There's something still hiding in there with her. I have to dive back in. Pile of clothes, smoker on the balcony, and Renee Arnaud. Oh, okay. Pile of clothes is down here. We have another conversation we have to have with Tommy Lahome because our empathy went up. Oof, we just have so much to do, and we had to talk to our mirror. And we're gonna go hit on this guy who is very much the only person in this game that I think that Anna would have sex with. He is very skinny and very kind of Euro-y. Alright, so what was that hiding in there?
Good. What can I help you with?
Dealing with Everard. I'm gonna blow through here real quick and just see. Oh, we have new things to say. Euro twig. That's the, yeah. What was it, Champion said is that Anna has a very specific type, and it's like Hollywood 16, who's actually like Hollywood 16 but actual 21. It's not even asking you anything. It's, let's see. Ma'am, this whole thing's a takeover, is what you're about to say. When a cold streak runs through your heart, once said there's no going back. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're about to say a thing that if we say it, we're going to put her on edge against us. There's still reality-based knowledge I can glean from her. Everard helped me find my gun. Stupendous, she nods, more than a bit surprised. I didn't think he'd pull through. Check it out. That's beautiful, she inspects. This is the same lady that we yelled money at her really loud and she just gave us some. A Villiers 9mm front-loaded, 2 or 3 barreled. 3, it was not easy to get this gun back. I tell you what. She nods. Villiers and LaSalle was one of the original 14 Indo-tribes of Revachol, did you know? Artilleries and ballistics. Before the revolution, of course, they belonged to some Gottwalders now. Everard asked me to open a door. A referral, you mean? I take it was from someone from the RCM. No, I mean like a real door to someone's house. The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you. I helped scare someone for Mr. Leclerc. Or Mr. Clare. My, what I'm hearing is she says slow and teacher-like, you inspected a premises because you suspected it was involved in a narcotics trade. And in the process, you turned up some information relevant to your investigation only from Everard, surprisingly. Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing, says Kim. He turns to you. This seems serious. I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight. Fucking Taffy money. Not Isaac, what is life? So confused. Australia on wine number 5.
This is the story
Mocha
of the newest denizen
Macchiato.
of the cave.
Mocha Macchiato with the first ever gifted sub in the channel. Paying forward a gift sub they got from Boj. And setting up a sub for X. Who can now do Taffy Re? Now you can Taffy Re. As well you should. Thank you, Mocha Macchiato. I appreciate the shit out of that. That feels better. That feels better. All is right with the world. I'm gonna really lean into this because I feel like I might really cock some stuff up if I'm not paying attention. The Union's militant wing organized the lynching. Everard says the Wild Pines sent mercenaries after the Union and now one's dead. I mean, we just had this conversation. This is kind of funky. Everard asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. F it. Yes, that's the talk around town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. A crooked smile returns to her face. I find the name rather amusing, honestly. Everett says the Wild Pines sent mercenary to the Union. She says misinformation. This is all, yeah, I think this should have happened earlier. If I was more thorough with these conversations in the early game, I think I would have already found all this. And then the big reveal would have been the conversation we just had where she's like, yeah, it totally was. So I think we can kind of push through here. I've said all I can. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've said all I got to say. He asked me to deliver a message in an envelope. Sounds like he has you running errands, detective. A well-established dominance ritual, she thinks. Where did he have you deliver it? Here. Here. She looks around. Oh no, what does this bloated hellbat want with this little cinder block town? It's clear the village has already grown dear to her, strangely so. Why did she come to it? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what he has in store for this place. Probably a statue. It's a statue, right? A giant statue of him, or better, his twin brother. Practically the same thing, but he makes him seem like less of a sociopath. He wants to build a youth center here for the children of Martinez. A youth center with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it. She looks down the jetty remorsefully. Go ahead, help him make it so I have no power to stop him. You're quite fond of this village, aren't you? I should be, she nods. There's that crooked smile again. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders. He's probably dead now. Even his shack is long gone. Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another. So you've been to Martinez before? Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats. She smiled. Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not. Sounds like you missed those times. Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited, me and my girlfriends from Ozone, with our shiny boats like reavers. We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the coalition landed in '08. Imagine. She tosses her head. She's sentimental, all right. You don't know enough about her to find out exactly why. She will keep her secrets for now. Would you prefer something else, not a youth center? First, there won't be a youth center. Whatever he's told the residents, it'll be something horrific, probably worse than a statue. So yes, I do. Like what? A fishery. I've been speaking with Lillian here. She gave me the idea. The infrastructure's all here with my connections. Sadly, it's just one of the millions of things I'll never get around to, and I'll just have to accept that I'll be the rich candy girl who goes around solving other people's problems with money. So champion? I will never have the time, detective. I've always wanted a dilapidated fishing village. She's more defensive about it than usual. I'm not going to say this to her yet. I don't know exactly what's going to happen if I do that. I don't know where that check is hidden. It might be a very old one. Let me dig into the plate to see.
Good. What can I help you with?
Reality check? Ooh, that's where it was. Oh, get out. Dude, I almost nailed that. Yeah. These are just, when we didn't even understand reality, somebody said, go talk to somebody rich. They have a pretty good grasp on reality. So we tried talking to somebody rich about reality. Pile of clothes, smoke around the balcony. This is going to lead us back this direction, but that's okay. We kind of want to go talk to Everard. Rene Arnaud, he's back that way. Tommy Lahome, he's back that way. Oh my god, this game has a map? Hero! If you hit M, the map comes up, man. Tasks, map. Not that it works all that great, but for the most part, it does kind of show you where stuff is. I can only imagine it's... I didn't know until about halfway through this play, if I'm being 100% honest. I didn't know until about halfway through this playthrough that there had a map. Somebody was like, dude, check the map. And I was like, there is no map. Quit memeing, chat. And then it turned out there was totally a map. This is my place, right? I can check the mirror while I'm here. Yeah, no, I was halfway through this before. Is this my place? Ah, mirror. Oh wait, is this gonna be what's gonna be the check on this? Also, hi. Electrochemistry. Oh yeah, that actually helps us fire up the mirror. Hold on, let the mirror be for now. Let's load up on electrochemistry stuff. There we go. I know we've got some electrochemistry stuff. Let's get funky. I'm sure I'm just shuffling stuff out at this point, but I wish I could sort by what it did. Alright, well, we look good. We look amazing. There we go. Here we go. Hey! It's like something snaps in you, a nerve ending, a thought, a sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of that leer that had distorted it for God knows how long. This one. That leer, by the way. We're not making that smile anymore. Just like that, it's over. The running gag of your life had become. A sad old man now looks back at you. Well, that's... what a treat. Oh, that's what the hand-eye coordination would be, is that I'd have the ability to shave. Yeah, I was gonna say, a sad old man. Can I have the not self-aware enough grin back? Because that seems better. Every time I look in the mirror and I'm like, God, I'm getting older. Like, I'm really going on in years. Yeah, I'll put a goofy smile on my face to at least just be like, oh, well, you know, fucking look. And now at least that goofy old man is happy. Shit, yeah. We're gonna go up to the church. I feel like it's been long enough that we can see if we can help the ravers. And what was it, Suna? Suna rather than later, Suma. See if we can help her with her. Let's see if they're all one happy family, because the ravers are just straight up not in the tent anymore. Holy shit. Okay.
Yes, what is it?
How's your project going? I see that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is enotic dance music. What? She leans closer, eyes knitted together in a puzzled expression. What did you say? You can barely hear her over the thumping bass of enotic dance music. I can't hear you. The music is too loud. How is the project going? Oh, the project. Her face lights up for a second before giving you an exaggerated head shake. It's not going well. Why? There's that guy. She points to Egghead, who's raving behind his turntables in a brightly lit stage. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer and into the speakers. Why don't you just ask him? He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and Yukokata. A place to be, apparently. I'll speak to him and see what I can do. Thanks, maybe you can get through his magic rhymes. She does jazz hands to mock him. Alright. Hardcore! Hardcore!
Delorean Church! The place to be! Make some noise, my church people!
Large speakers are set up behind the young man blasting a familiar song. Vibrations thump through your blue soul. The music sounds so much better in the church. A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine. Tangled in its branches, something bronze flutters in the wind. We've already gotten it, Shivers. He stands on the stage behind a table, nodding along with the music and waving his hands in the air. In front of him, the audio mixer, one reel spinning. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side, you see an auxiliary line in and the number 4.5 written. Egg, can you please route Suna's signal through your speakers? To the mega, yeah! Get serious. I can route it in through auxiliary. What kind of cable does she use? 3.5, 3.4, or 4.5? 3.5, no doubt about it. The auxiliary line is a 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix. We're going to be in this church forever, says Kim. Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here. He searches his pocket, searches for the cable and the ground and picks it up and looks into the jack. Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people. With a grin, he sticks the plug in the auxiliary line and you hear a satisfying click. Great, someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please? Egg, the music. Everybody, don't panic. I'm going to turn the music, turn off the Arno for just a sec. The young man shouts as he clicks the switch in the mixer for this special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for a moment. He turns to you. All right, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave her tunes. And then I'll turn off the music. How do you like the church? Yeah, back to the case. No disgrace. He pumps his fist in the air. Bring it down to the party place. The first page of the second chapter. His voice echoes all around the grand hall. Fucking Egg. I don't know why, man. That guy's grown on me. The music has not.
Yes, what is it?
Alright, do it. Okay, but she seems all hesitant, her eyes fixed on Egghead. Do you think you'd ask him to turn the volume down just a bit in case? Maximum! Shouts Egghead, with a great smile adorning his face larger than a red dwarf star. Maximum is the only way! I know, it's just, but could you please just turn it down this instance? Just this one time, maximum is not the only way, okay? Pump it back up, pump it to the brick, pump it to the hot master. There is no other way, glue style. See? She turns to your face ready to give up. He pumps it up to the hard master. It's hopeless. I think what Egg is trying to say is that the volume button is stuck on maximum. Of course it is. She shrugs, consigned to her fate. Yeah, permanent enlightenment, ray of sound. Never mind then, let's go on with the project. I'm gonna unmute the speakers and count on the count of 5. Everyone, ready? She looks around the church. Egghead pumps his fist up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop. Skippity danger, I'm the rearranger. Hardcore! I like this game so much, man. Born ready, says Andre. Ready, yells Noid. I never figured out my signs with Noid. Finally, Acel turns to face you and Kim. I'm ready if you two are, detective. Lieutenant nods stoically. Suddenly, your palms are sweaty. The church seems cold and large somehow. There's a tightness in your chest. Hold on for a moment. What? Maybe we shouldn't do this. It's too fuck this. We're doing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged. She lifts her hand from the keyboard. Complete silence fills the room. No wind outside, no waves, no floorboards creaking. Total continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. The silence. You see dust move on the floorboards. The drivers of the speaker vibrate in the air and then stop. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly it builds until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest. It will devour everything. The floorboards, the glass, the street, and the people, nothing will remain. Guys, what's going on? There's an alarm in the man's voice. He steps back to scan the surroundings. A slight rattle like crystal clattering the cupboards fills the air, joining the chorus. It's getting louder, says Noid, his eyes riveted on the strange circle of water basins. In the basins, the water looks like it's boiling. Hosiana, Mother Mega, you hear Egghead yell, then something else, but his voice is growing faint. In his mind, a tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation. He's peaking, the worst high he's ever been on. Oh shit. Let's see. I've never heard anything this hardcore in my life. The beauty and the beat, the future of the dance, planetary. No, Egg, it's the window. The glass shards around Dolores Day's vacant heart appear to be vibrating from the sound. It almost looks as if she's alive. In the corner of your eye, the lieutenant steps aside cautiously. His eyes search for a possible evacuation route. The window is going to come down. No, the roof. She looks up. The screech fills the air. A scream of wooden nails. The pillars of the church twist and creak above and around you. Cracks appear on the stained glass window. Cracks run up the wooden pillars in the dark. Come down to us, love! Below it all, the bass grows like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all. That's it. I'm muting it. I want to know what happens. Everybody, don't panic. It's beautiful. Beautiful core. Beautiful life. Shit, it doesn't stop. The woman is furiously pressing down on her keyboard, but it doesn't stop. Estelle, have you? Yes, I've turned it off, she yells, holding the contact mic in her hand. Andre, pull the compressor. The place is going to come down. Fuck. Andre frantically smashes the buttons. I can't shut it up. The signal's pass. It's not in here. This is it. The great roar. A vault of the roof twists above you. A glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down. Oh my god. Egghead, whatever you do, don't stop it. But then it stops. Totally and utterly as if it was never a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a tangled cable in his hand, a black 3-pin connector. Egg? I pulled the plug, he says calmly. It was getting too hardcore. You did good, Egg. Andre breathes a sigh of relief and inspects the window. Most of the pieces still seem to be intact. Fucking L programmer lady, tell me you were recording that. One of my little villagers in Animal Crossing is wearing the McLaffy Taffy shirt I made and I love it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Reedy. 4 years, the woman whispers, 22 people, millions of reals, all that time, this is what we were up against. Just erased it. Her lip trembles. Solassaw isn't gonna believe this. Yeah, but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it. Yes, Andre, she composes herself, wipes the dust from her sweater, and rests her hands on the keyboard. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Eggman, you two, and Officer, she turns to you. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like. That's a start. Kim, did you hear that shit? It was very hard not to. I think you were right. He turns to the woman. There is something going on here, and you need to be very careful with it. I promise, Officer, we will not play it again. What was that? I've never heard anything like it. It was mathematical information from the anomaly presented as a waveform. That's what it was, technically. Theoretically, she shakes her head. I have no idea. I've never heard anything like this. Her voice seems muffled in the silent church. Your ears adjust. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure. You're gonna write Soleslaw? Yes, our lead designer and maybe some of the producers too, and some of the writers, if they're sober enough to open transmission, they need to hear that it wasn't her fault or theirs. What happens now? Are you going to stay here? She cuts you off with her deft fingers already on the keyboard. I'm going to stay where these lunatics, with these lunatics, send letters, maybe meet Soleslaw, also devise further measurements. I want you to know that's totally chill with us. I don't care, she blurts, then reconsiders, but thank you anyway. That's the best she can manage for Andre. It's quite a lot in truth for her, at least. Now, her hands move on the keyboard. I have a theory that I've come up with, some kind of preliminary explanation to all this, or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind. Yes, we have to go back to stabilizing Martinet as he breathes out, trying to shake off the tension, instead of demolishing it with a loud bass noise of unknown origins. Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive. You have an explanation for all this somewhere deep in you. You just don't have the pieces yet. You don't know enough about the world, but that Joyce, if you know all she knows, you could put it together. Oh my god.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Jowser comes in, Twitch Prime, 20 months. I don't know if you realize this or not. When you come in here at Twitch Prime, you get what I like to call the dirty welcome. Goes a little something like this. Listen, if there is one thing, Jowser, out there that is so disco, that is so Dixo, it is your Twitch Prime sub. Ultimately, any partner or affiliate would be more than happy to let you go hardcore with your Twitch Prime on their channel, but I sure am glad that you bring it here and give it to me to the max. Thank you so much, Jowser. I mean, it's a god tier roll. I would have to roll boxcars to get it. Jowser is here for the hardcore. I am a cop of the apocalypse. I investigated the doomed commercial area. I have heard of the doomed commercial area, but the pale unknown exists, so... I mean, hit boxcars. We did not get it. It's locked for now. I never figured out my signs with this guy.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. Between you and me,
Oh.
I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Hardcore.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground.
I feel that,
How
Kim.
come?
Andre's busy cutting some slightly less, Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame but still quite ungainly shapes in the church floor, sweating profusely. Acela is using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent, 'twas a security risk, and in here sanctuary, 'twas only noble of you. I'm genuinely into the hardcore lifestyle you wouldn't understand. Okay, says Kim. The lieutenant keeps it laconic. What do you mean? What he means is, you're right, I do not understand. Do whatever you have to do to keep your nose out of the bottle. Noid, what do you think about the church? It's a miracle of carpentry, dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. He rubs his hands together. How old do you think the church is? Over 300 years? That's right, the first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it on the coast here was one of the only things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature, pre-industrial quantities of solitude, the sea, perhaps something more fundamental. He means something paranatural, he must. I would want to build a safe place for myself, of my own as well. His voice echoes in the wooden cavern of the church. Something more fundamental, you mean? The sound anomaly? Maybe. He looks up at the rafters. Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world perishing. What style is the... Hey, Nate, what's going on, man? Hardcore. What style is the church built in? A cop who is into building critique. He taps the floorboard. Okay, then. This is folk DeLoreanism. Lawmonger. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture. I'm not just a cop, Nate. I'm an art cop. Hard of core, he nods appreciatively. What is DeLorean architecture? Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just a homespun version of it. Folksy stuff, early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you? What would a DeLorean building look like? Like that woman there, he nods toward the stained glass window. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there, and you're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Nate, how are things going in Seattle? Everything I hear on the news is that it's not a ghost town, but it's starting to become a little locked down. You and Heather are in the process of getting out of Dodge at just the right time. Not that it looks like there's going to be any hiding from this. Like to show off large and intricate structures, arcs, spires, put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too, virginal shit, you know, marriage shit, virtue and tyranny. Yeah, marriage is shit. Right, he takes a bolt from the toolbox and spits on it before shining it. I haven't left the house in over a week. Just got here. This game looks cool. What type of game is this? Izginess, what's going on? I'll give you the TLDR. Disco Elysium. You start the game as an amnesiac. You find out that you are a cop who has just gone on an insane drug bender, and you're there to solve a murder investigation. It leads you into a much larger, like, citywide fucking Grand Theft Auto style series of adventures and investigations. It is very choose your own adventure. There's very little action, if at all, but you get to basically start a character with this nifty collection of points, and there are predetermined character builds, and then there's custom, which is what we did. We just threw points into kind of all these different schismed parts of our mind that speak to us and give us clues if they are powerful enough. And that informs who our character is. Then you go through and you complete a long series of tasks. This is all the tasks we've done. This is all the tasks we have active, which is actually not many. We're nearing the end, but ultimately it is, what was it? Witcher 3 had 450,000 lines of dialogue. And this has like 1.3 million. They're just not all voice. Most of them are not voice acted. But yeah, this has like 3 times the number of dialogue lines that Witcher 3 had. Prime Now deliveries have been suspended. Jeezy Pete's. Yeah, I heard the University of Washington's doing the rest of this semester remotely. Like nobody comes into campus anymore. He takes a bolt from the tool. The church isn't painted white as far as I can tell. Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside. He peeks out of a small window in the dark before the sea took all the white paint off. Slowly peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around. What'd you mean by dead bodies? Dead bodies of perennial plants, man. He taps on the woods. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse would have been total. Okay, then. How do you like the glass work? I don't. He looks over his shoulder. Fucker, give me the evil eye. You wanted to get inside the church and now you don't like the stained glass window. I didn't know it was in here. He cracks his neck. We have to get rid of it, dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking you in the eye. It's not good for the club. I can't have 3 pounds of candy delivered in 2 hours or less. Dude, so chat, I don't even know if most of you were around for it. At one point, Nate and I were trying to drum up buzz for Pretzel and get consumer feedback from broadcaster friends of ours. And so we went and spent 2 weeks in Irvine, California, and I streamed from an Airbnb while I was down there because I was already at the point where this was really kind of my lone source of income. So I went down there and streamed from the Airbnb, and Nate thought it would be fun to throw like actual Laffy Taffies at me while I streamed, and so he ordered 3 pounds of like Halloween candy. And every once in a while, I was playing PUBG of all games back then. I'd be playing PUBG and running around and like trying to shoot at people or whatever. And then all of a sudden, just a fucking handful of candy would come flying in from like off stage right. And you would just hear Nate like, candy. I'm throwing taffy at Taffy. And then he'd go downstairs and he'd fire up something on Netflix or talk to Heather or make phone calls. I was correct. It was fun. That was the first time I'd ever seen Amazon Prime Now at work. I was mind-boggled by the fact that you could have something delivered that fast. We need this to happen when the bit bomb goes off. With the amount that it goes off, I would, you know, humble brag. With the amount that it goes off, I think I would actually get hurt. Let's see. Mellow, man, Mellow, yells his friend. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. My kids have a box of Danish they gotta work through down there. My boy, yeah, Grayson's doing orthodontic work and his expander's already come loose once. Which, sadly, means the 21 days of expander work that we'd already had done has now reset, and we had to start the 21 days over again. Chat did, in fact, pay Nate to do it. This is true. He was bribed into it. But like, who isn't accused of mass murder these days? I do feel something terrifying about her. You know what I do? Something inside me literally something inside me told me not to investigate her anymore. She's a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here. By the way, I heard Monkey's voiced announcements for Catalyst members yesterday. Is yours set to anything? Not currently, although Nate very firmly believes that should be worked into our next memeing of Taffy stream. That at some point you should be able to trigger ooh woo McLaffy Taffy Oni-chan ooh woo. Maverick says I agree with this. That's not something else, something closer to your skin. Take her down, crash it, destroy that window, keep it. That's keep the beautiful shards, keep her long face in her hair. Say nothing, stare grimly into the distance, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna be able to do all of these? I thought I was like picking one. She's the innocence of humanity. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here. Humanism leads to eating sugars and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs. She liked games, her legacy, the thing we're living isn't real life, it's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent.
Of the newest denizen
Glassline! Comes in with Twitch Prime for 18 months. Glassline, I don't know if you realize this or not, but when you come in here with Twitch Prime, you get what I like to call the dirty welcome. Goes a little something like this. Listen, if I was going to inject something into myself to make me feel good, it wouldn't be drugs. There wouldn't be the party lifestyle. It would be your Twitch Prime sub, as much of it as I could fit, at least, into my channel. Ultimately, any partner or affiliate would love to feel the way you make me feel, but I sure am glad you bring it here and give it to me. Oof, no, there's just no, I can't listen to that. How dare you subscribe of your own accord? But she's pretty. She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers. He turns and looks up at her face. You set the standard all right, then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core, that so-called beauty of hers. It's anything but soft core. It's terrifying. You may be onto something, Copperman. She's got those mass murdering hips. Who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days? No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anotic Pioneer is not a mass murderer. He's not accused. No, Jesus. Likewise, no one says Jermaine, Egghead, or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside of that suspicion. Billions of people go without being guilty of mass murder. Just not her. Isn't she supposed to be the embodiment of the world spirit? It doesn't have a body, it has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit. That Arno van Eyck track is an organ. Carpentry and glass cutting that built the house is also an organ. She's a thief if you ask me. Jesus, this guy feels real serious feelings. These guys are real downers. Would you say she was, you know, human? I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived the life of someone who's playing a game, the life of an operator. That's not the life of a human. Humans live. That's not the life humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. They do not think that I am innocent or some shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going with that. That bottom one keeps feeling right. Done talking about her. All right. I don't want to talk about, or I don't want to think about her anymore. What a strange choice of words. Caustic, overflowing. with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window? I don't know. Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this window anymore. Stop talking about it, please. Volition. Jesus. Did I have something else to say? Okay, I don't. Good. That's done. Are you settling in? Hard to say, cop man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man, though. You mean Tiago? Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown on this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. What do you mean? Man picks up on stuff and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him. What did Tiago tell you about the church? The crab man's been lurking here for a while. He experienced things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubis built this place around 380 years ago as a sarcophagus. What's it for? Encasement, confinement of something they were afraid of, something new and unheard of in the Isola. He looks up at the darkness beyond the beams. I think that's what Crabman is expecting when he climbs around upstairs. Like this is some old world shit the Ubis had heard about and thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it to contain it. I don't get it. Contain what exactly? I don't know, man. It's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But that's what the Suna person's looking for and trying to measure. He nods to the woman. It'll be fruitless, though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't. The wood creaks as the gale blows by outside. Dust particles fall through the darkness, settling down on the aged, bleached floorboards. The structure does not feel particularly durable. What makes you think Suna's gonna fail? Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this, not with substance. Just sub with my Twitch Prime. Keep up the good stream, bro. Izziness, thank you so much. Wow, you did, and it didn't go off. Izziness, I don't know if you realize this or not, but when you show up here with Twitch Prime, you get what I like to call the dirty welcome. Goes a little something like this. Listen, the only otherworldly existence in this world that literally vacuums out everything that makes sense or reason from me and my channel is your Twitch Prime sub. Ultimately is the lone otherworldly existence that I will focus all of my attention to. Any partner or affiliate would feel the same way that I do, but I sure am glad that you bring it here and give it to me. Thank you so much. This building seems less than structurally sound. No, just pretty fucking unsound if you ask me. They should have built a club for Anodic dance music instead, he grins. It will definitely contain whatever we're dealing with here. His words echo in the chamber. And if it can't, well, he shrugs non-committally. I found a doomed commercial area in the Martinez proper. Maybe it contains the same thing the Ubis were trying to contain. The young man rubs his chin in silence, then mumbles like a concentric ring spreading out the struggling villages, and that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure's gone down around here. You think there's any merit to the theory? He shrugs. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, cop man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited psi person. Stealth Mouse, thank you for the host, man. I'll give you one of these. Thank you for the host. How was stream? If it's, let's see. If it's without substance, then I guess there's nothing to worry about. Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. I think we're got a good level here. The signs are syncing up well. I think we're done with that. Good. We're done with that. Why are you so suspicious about everything? Please don't have like 90 voice dialogues on this one. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced. Why are you called Noid anyway? It's short for paranoid. That makes sense. Got it. Tell me something else. What's with the clothes? He shrugs. They're hardcore. That's it? Yeah, they're just clothes. Are they? They look outlandish. It's just style, you know? Normal, hard style. Anyone could wear it. Alright, take care, Noid. We're done talking to Noid for a minute. Holy shit. That was quite the fucking adventure.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like underwater inside a tree.
Taffy, it was good. Just streaking some Gungeon. Hell yeah, I love Gungeon. One of my big regrets. I mean, like obviously Amber getting sick was its own bag. But outside of that, from a streamer
This is the
perspective,
story of the newest denizen of the cave.
outside of that, from a streamer's perspective, I was bummed out that like Amber and me doing chemo and getting her well meant that I wasn't a streamer at the time that Gungeon hit its stride. I wish I'd been able to stream that game in its heyday. I would have liked to have been like an Isaac and Gungeon streamer. That could have literally been the entire year of streaming, and I think I would have been happy. Maverick with a gifted sub to Hero. Maverick, thank you so much. Hero's now got access not just to the Looney Bin emotes, but also to ours as well. I think that's a pretty good ass collection. Zalix! Brother, God, I get so weirded out seeing your name in chat because it was just such a long stretch without you around, man. Happy to see your name pop up. Got one. Sniped him. I gotta keep poking this narrative game along because I just don't want to be playing it forever. I feel bad. I gotta keep plodding this thing along, man, but how the hell have you been? That's not what I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead. Makes sense. I've likely deserved some praise and adoration. She ignores your vapid egocentrism. Yeah, so thanks for getting me and my friends here. We even found some new associates, such as they are. That's great. Got some questions for you. Oh, it's still locked. Now, can you tell me about your associates? Hey, look at us, man. Knocking stuff off the task list left, right, and sideways. Sure, you helped us out. I can repay the favor. What do you want to know? Tell me about Suna. It's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm really not sure how to vibe with her. Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. Earlier today, she told me about Welkins, Estelle grimaces as though it's the first time hearing the word. And she seems oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures, some artistic idea. I didn't really listen. I was busy with my mic. I raided my stash of taffine this morning. Shit, dude, that might have to be my tomorrow morning. That might have to be my tomorrow morning, man. I might have to French press some coffee in the morning. I haven't done that in a while. Tell me about Andre. He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is to me at least. He takes care of shit. Sorry, I mean, he's got vision of what life would be, you know, but he tries to push things off until it falls into place. He's an organizer. What has he organized? Nothing, but then again, there's nothing to organize around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found out it was abandoned like that. He said it was an augury, which I don't know where he got that from. She smiles. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything, though. He's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance at something, or maybe he was just high. I don't know. Not that he does drugs, just high, you know. Relax, girl. We're police officers, but we're corrupt, rotten to the marrow. You can tell us about drugs and shit. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, drugs. Shit. Fuck. I don't care. He smirks. Is Andre your boyfriend? Yes, she nods. Tell me about the others. Been drinking mine sparingly? I've only got a couple bags left. Nate's sitting up there like a goddamn kingpin in Seattle. That dude's getting ready to pack and move out of Washington State. And he's gonna have a suitcase that literally is just bags of taffy. I'm hoarding these last few bags because I'm just not sure if and when another batch shows up. Tell me about Tiago, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves, but he doesn't actually come down that much. He just climbs around on the rafters. I was trying to stay away from the crab man, but he talks to Noid and they seem to have a thing going on. What does he do up there? Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions. Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do? Yell up the tower? He talks to Noid. He does talk to Noid. What about the others? Tell me about Noid. He's Foulburger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg. I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest of us are Foulburg, making the pilgrimage up here to visit the Palaceum. He's real about the hardcore lifestyle. Tell me about the pilgrimage. Something the Foulburg kids do every spring to pass the time. We walk the entire length of Boogie Street up to Jamrock, or as much as would be possible. Why wouldn't it be? I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Sorry, have I not told you that I'm a raging alcoholic who recently drank himself into oblivion so deep that he can't even remember what sounds like the biggest street in the city? Well, I am. You should go and take a look. I guess Boogie Street's still cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people. Been drinking mine sparingly. I wish I had any taffy. When I run out, I'm gonna go stand outside Madrina's HQ with a sign. Oh man, I find it best not to think about it. considering that coffee is my lifeline right now while I'm fasting, because honestly, like, I'm an hour away from being able to break my fast, but holy shit, from the time that I'm awake till about 9, it's rough. It's not rough. It's like, I'm aware of the fact that I'm hungry. But then from like now, from like 10 to 11, this last 60 minutes is just that's the next 70 minutes of my day are the hardest part of my day. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I'm doing 16 hours that I can't eat and 8 hours that I can, and the 8 hours starts at 11, which is an hour and 7 minutes from now. And this last like hour and a half from about 9:30 to 11 is like easily the roughest part of my day. Okay, let's see. Oh god, that's right. We actually opened a line of dialogue where we could make this character into a literal raging fascist, and we've just chosen not to because it's a little too real right now. It's unlikely I'll make it there. Chest pains. Need to continue drinking, but thank you. They do say that death is an avenue like any other. She's silent for a second. I still think you'll make it to Boogie Street, though. Izziness, man, thank you for the 100 bits. I sincerely appreciate it. What's the deal with Egghead? What do you mean? What do you think he's doing when he... what does he think he's doing when he yells all that stuff? Oh, he's a party boy. He told me as much, but what exactly is a party boy? Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock, and that's to say a bit backwards. No offense if you like rock music, though. Rock music's cool by me. Pew pew swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps. You don't have to tell me rock is backward. I am the future man. I abandoned rock in the 30s. Stupid rock. Spit. Okay, she nods. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then to urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage, dances, and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy. Understand, people are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... He looks around a little embarrassed with the enthusiasm of his interjection. Anyway. Where's he from? How long's he been with you guys? Oh, actually, we don't know where he's from or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Faubourg. Maybe even Coal City, I can't remember. The worst of all the banlieues. A wretched heap, closed down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slip of Montmartin. Remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore. Egg was yelling along to some jams someone was spending all night long, just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. Then the sun came up over the mines. Coal City. Egg came with us. He was made this wheezing puppy dog sound all day, all the way back. Couldn't even speak. Definitely Coal City. He never really, let's see, he just wheezed the whole way. Never really asked him why he came with us or who he was. I think his name's Jermaine. You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. Tell me about yourself. Oh, I didn't, okay. I forgot that you talked to me about you, but that's fine. We're caught up. Hopefully there's not a huge-ass dialogue tree here, because being in here with this soundtrack makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Denizen of the cave.
Man, it's like you guys saved up.
10,000.
It's like you guys saved up Twitch Primes for today. Holy Bear Jew, it's a Holy Bear Jew, comes in with Twitch Prime for 35 months. Holy Bear Jew, I don't know if you realize this or not, but when you come in here with Twitch Prime, you get what I like to call the dirty welcome. It goes a little something like this. Holy Bear Jew, I don't know if you realize this or not, but I'm down almost 6 pounds this week, and I'd love to say that I'm trying to get fit for the kids, as it is a bet with Casper for St. Jude. I'd love to say I'm trying to get sexy for my wife, and I'm trying to lose weight to be healthy, but ultimately, I just want to make sure that your Twitch Prime never gets a wandering eye for slimmer, fitter, younger Twitch channels out there. Any partner or affiliate would try to stay sexy to keep your Twitch Prime in their metaphoric bed, but I sure am glad that you continue to bring it here and give it to me. Thank you so much. Holy Bear Jew, it's a Holy Bear Jew. I've been saying that shit for over 2 years, and it brings me great joy to this day. Almost 3 years. Dude, I've been drinking so much water and it makes me miserable. I hate water. But I feel so much better. I have fewer headaches during stream because I'm hydrating.
Static vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too.
He looks at the imposing black box in the corner that's churning out sound.
Now the only thing left to do
Oh,
is the name of the
Jesus
club.
Christ.
Will you do the honors, detective?
Okay, so we gotta name the club. Let's let Kim name the club. I wouldn't build a club and I wouldn't name it either. Underground place with no name sounds like something the Crabman would say. We're not going with anything the Crabman would say. Why not, man? The Crabman has ideas to sell, ideas from another level of consciousness. Andre, what's the name? Everything Andre comes up with is wrong. Andre's overthinking it. Estelle, what do you think? Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna zoom in on Estelle? Something simple like the club. Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real and true and beautiful. Like a morning after a rave. Egghead, you gotta have ideas. Yiko Kata! The freak with the large head yells from the stage, waving his hand in the air. Yiko Kata, the place to be! Yiko Kata, the zone of the ecological catastrophe is too morbid, Egg. Got anything else? Hardcore! A witless, victorious smile adorns his face. Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. It has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene. Noid, 2 cents? The Amnesia. Like I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia. Amnesia! It's not Amnesia, guys. Suna, what do you think? I don't. Alright, thanks, Suna. I got a name. Oh my god. Are we about to roll credits on this thing? I have to, like, roll credits. Disco, we call it Disco Elysium, right? We have to. I feel like we have to. Boop. Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium? But Disco Elysium? She looks unsure. Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it? Forgotten? The past is the future, but the future is dead. No, it's beautiful, beautiful and brave like I want it to be. And short and memorable. We leveled up again, chat. Holy shit, we are plowing through this game. It's settled then. Everybody, welcome to Disco Elysium. A light beam washes over the dance floor, bathing in the violet blue. Andre breaks into a frenzied dance like a motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns up the beat. You should go with the flow, join in with the experience. Hell yeah. Feels good, feels right. What is this thing that Andre is doing with his limbs? I don't care. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm dancing. Softcore gyrating is supposed to be dancing. We should talk about it. We should talk about your so-called dancing. Yes, my man. He jumps up and down with glee. Moves punctuated by stroboscopic flash of the club light. Talk. What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves? Oh, I can dance? Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better, but the beat is still so weak. I have not been meaning to ask him what's up with the hair. Someone expressed my individuality. Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding. Or is it because you're balding? Or yes, because I'm balding, I want to fuse together the remains of my hair before it leaves me. I want to show you my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20. How old are you? Not 20. Is it important to you to be an individual? Of course it is. Otherwise I'd be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now that I'm all that and I have radical spikes. Fair enough. There's a white check. Jesus Christ. How am I supposed to hit this? I guess we just let's crank composure and then try again. Go into our stuff. Go up to the top. Do I have anything that cranks composure? Oh, no, 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 no. That was negative composure. Alright, let's try again. Bro Squatch, what's going on, man? How goes the Disco Elysium? We're actually, like, with the exception of there being some incredibly wordy dialogue breaks at seemingly mundane spots, we are carving through our task list as fast as humanly possible. Let's try it. Fuck it. Oh, we damaged our morale with how bad we danced. I got drugs. Fuck you. You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body can form to bring this strange music to life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you. But just imagine the moves you could pull. Oh.
You could pull to this futuristic beat.
Oh, but it would have healed our morale. Puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing and repair some of the damage done by battles lost. If you up the dose and truly dance, who knows what will happen? Salvation. No words, just dance. We'll have to crank our composure up before we try that soft lock again. Oh shit, there's stuff to look at down here. Hot quote to the maximum. Tanks of distilled water. Nosafed bottles. Tiny Chem Lab. Oh, they're making drugs! Shit, yeah. Good for you guys. Alright, we gotta get moving on. We have strangely more things to do, but a lot less stuff to do. Didn't you spend 4 hours listening to this music last week? I spent a lot. That drives me up against the wall when I get stuck in those buildings. This is it. Like, this is our task list. Look at this shit. We are winding down. We might actually try dancing again because oh no, these are white check. Or these are available. What can we do besides composure? We've done one for composure. We've leveled up a lot recently. Composure. I wish I could sort these. Conceptualization. Maybe we dump another point into conceptualization. Suggestion. Or hand-eye coordination. Oh, conceptualization is maxed out. I can't even level that up. Skill cap reached. So I think those things might just be soft locked. Let's we could just put this in hand-eye coordination then. I think some of the stuff that I can try with was that composure was one of them. Oh, we've done composure, right? Yeah, I've put a point in composure. So let's do hand-eye coordination. Alright, hand-eye coordination. Now we've got a couple of different things we can do. One is, let's do we have anything with hand-eye coordination boost? I feel like I saw one. Arisetti, welcome back. I'm looking for things that boost hand-eye coordination. There's one. And then we got people we got to talk to. This one, I think, is the Shattered Bullet. Interact. You are aware of the name of the antique rifle you found. You have the full bullet specs. 60% chance. Nailed it. A rifle revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or retrofitted antique. The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belle Magrave rifle, a Revolutionarian manufacturer of the BM, dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago. No, but nobody's still making these, but the Zyliger, a major firearms manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there is still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Who uses Bell McGrave rifle these days? Antique enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in the distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for a well-preserved antique, most likely. What are you thinking on the bullet? I think I know where this bullet came from. Dangle the bag thoughtfully. The shot came from a Bell McGrave rifle. Antique, that makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez or anywhere in Revachol, really. It's probably a good thing. He nods. I have to hand it to the Monarchs that it's quite admirable. They took advice from the criminologists of last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some of the new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end. Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International and all of the nations of the Rial Belt. I think we should have more powerful guns. We are the law. Imagine if everyone cop citizens had a... This is getting too real. Getting too real! Back to the investigations. Looking for an antiques enthusiast. Could the victim have been mixed up with foreign guerrilla fighters? We'll have well-armed jamrock bangers starting to cross... Something mysterious is afoot with this antique type of bullet. Mysterious, either way. We'll know when we find out, or when we find the gun. Put the bag away. Alright, cool. So we passed one white check. The wash basin. Where is that? That is... south of us? Where is that? We're working our way back this way anyway, because these three are here. As is Tommy Lahome. Dude, our tasks are next to nothing. Locate a working firearm that shoots .446 ammo. Oh, that is the shaving one, huh? Yeah, yeah. All right, what is the influence on this one gonna be? This is gonna be, yeah, it's the shave basin. It's going to be hand-eye coordination, which I think we just loaded up for. So we've got all of our hand-eye coordination stuff on right now. Ah, here we go. 83%. Bingo bango. Nailed it. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all the unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly. Feel your clean-shaven cheeks. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. Look at us. We're not smiling like an idiot, and we've got no walrus muttons. A feeling of freshness overcomes you as if you just came from a cold bath. You don't have a face anymore, it's all baby ass now. Was shaving the right call? The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression. Put the muttons back on, it looks better. I don't know if I can. Don't forget to click the orbs around your head. They have surprises. Okay, hold on. So we're working our way back to Tommy Lahome. We don't have... armor pieces takes a while. Murder weapon. I'm not really sure where to look for the murder weapon. I don't know how to get to the island yet. I don't know how to help Egg with the Van Eyck track right now. This is the thing that'll end other storylines. Alright, so on our way to ask the scab leader about the tattoos. Hardcore. D, what's going on, brother? I got a short day today, man. I got less than 2 hours left in stream. Grayson has a thing. I'm not even 100% sure what the thing is. But I asked him point blank, is it important? And he said it is important. So I have to go to a thing at 12:30, so I have to be off stream by 12. I still don't know what the horn is. I don't know if that's to mark passing in the day. Was there anything related? Was there an antique gun we could find in here?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Well, he doesn't have anything to talk about. Huh. I think it's mostly just to kick on some music jams. Fair enough. It has weirded me out more than once. Yeah, again, no idea. All right, so this one, what is the pile of clothes is gonna be composure. So let's go ahead and load up on composure. If I have anything that's composure. If anything else, I also want to check and make sure that nothing I have is like negative composure. I might already have my stuff on that's Composure Plus. The last series of checks we did were Composure checks. Yeah, I think everything I have on right now is all Composure buff stuff. You want to hit on the egghead quest?
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that economy.
I don't know where I am in relation with the end of the story. If it looks like I'm at a point where I'm about to completely end the game, or I'm starting to head towards the end of the game, and I'm gonna like I'm just gonna leave it on the table. Sure, I don't know that I want to be spoon-fed it in case it might still come up. So I guess use your best discretion. I'll trust your discretion. Damn. I wounded morale trying to roll this and still didn't get it. Unbelievable. Alright, well, leave for now. What else did we have? Rene Arnaud, he's close. Smoker on the balcony and Tommy Lahome. Alright. Here we go. I don't know who this is. You're not him, right? I thought they were down here. Maybe it is. Maybe he just moved.
Officer, care to play a game with a lonely old man? Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be the same.
Where is Rene? Prick is gone. I can barely believe it. He's really gone. He's trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face. Gone where? Hell, most likely he was an absolute cunt. How did he die exactly? His angry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week. He just had to prove how tough he was. Guess he was about to head home because the dock workers found him wearing his civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Gaston smiles a sad smile. Now the joke's on him because he's going to be buried without it. Was he really that bad? I repeat, an absolute cunt. He turns to look at the crater. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old
This
viper.
is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Joe Rose Zicky. Happy Saturday, all. Just hopping in for a few minutes while I eat breakfast. No worries. We are... I can't help but feel like turning the corner on the end of Disco Elysium. So I'm really trying to grind through this, not as fast as I can, but at a good clip, because if I end it today, then it's done. And I don't have to have an awkward 45-minute Disco Elysium stream. But I got a hard stop at noon because I have to go to Grayson has a thing, and it starts at 12:30, so I have to be there. So I love everybody. Normally I talk to you guys a shitload, maybe even more than I play the games, but I gotta grind out. Thank you, Joe, for 20 months in a row. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jeannie and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids. His voice trembles, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought the most beautiful. I thought if the most beautiful being in the world could love him, there must be something worth holding on to. Did you love him? We hated each other our entire lives, so much so, in fact, he falls silent and looks at you, his eyes filling up with tears. Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. He wipes his eyes with his sleeves. You know what his last words were to me? Tell me. In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without a trial. That's what he said to me. The old man gathers himself and wipes his eyes again. He lived a cunt and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that. Holy shit. Old people die. You better get ready to. Yes, a strange expression runs across his wrinkled face and then vanishes without a trace. He finds some comfort in the thought. We all gotta go sometime, officer. Everyone I love is already there, probably waiting for me. He smiles faintly. I'm not afraid to die. It's been a good run and I really miss my friends. We're both very sorry for your loss. The lieutenant bows his head. Death of a friend is a terrible thing. It is what it is. Part of life, he mumbles, only half listening to you. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore about anything, really. He slowly shakes his head, then remembers your presence, but you must need something. I want to go over a few more things about Renee, if that's okay. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Sincere condolences. Tell me what you know about the dead man. Everything. Okay, well, shit. There's an autosave. I'm gonna guess. I don't get to do the white check on Rene Arnaud since he's fucking dead. Good job, Renee. God, I love sausage Taffy. He does kind of look like a sausage, and he brings me great joy.
Make way for the master poet.
Oh shit, it's just empathy. Let's do it. Let's just do it. And wow, we nailed it. In his eyes, a half-familiar longing, flecks of brown and gold. Familiar how? It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends and ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land. Where does it lead? Above the Jamrock Quarter in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Faubourg. High above the buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. Further, to the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Mount Martin, the border approaches. Once beyond the border, you cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver with sad eyes. What is in the southwest? Excuse me? He emerges from the reverie. A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve. Hell, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up. Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, a second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am, stuck in this shit so far from home. What's it like to miss someone? What's it like, good and bad? An ache that brings you joy. He smiles warmly. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. There's a pause and a sigh. He turns his eyes to you. What about you, cop man? You missing someone? Is that what it is, this feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow and past. No, I feel hunted. Hunted by what? By a shadowy figure known only to me as the ex-something. An ex-wife? A pain burns in your chest, radiating a crown of arteries on fire. We're gonna go ahead and do some drugs. No, it's the great white ghost that eats the world. I like that one. A great white ghost. Wow, that sounds really bad. I hope it doesn't happen to my marriage. Got nothing to do with marriage. Sure, man, if you say so. It looks like he doesn't believe you. But look, man, thanks for this. It's good to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so he smiles. I hope you find your way through your own troubles. That's all for now. Save. Let's go hit on Smoker. Time and V says, hey, Taffy and chat, I hope all of you beautiful souls are having a lovely day. Likewise, Time and V, right back at you, sir. Right back at you. Oh, yeah, these are all the same. Yeah, composure. We got all of our fuck. What is it about the way he carries himself? Damaged morale. Dude, we have really hurt ourselves in the last little bit. Alright. Goodbye, gendarme. Damn, we didn't get anything from him. Well, this is a really bad idea. Let's go show the scab leader a photo of his dead friend. I'm sure he'll love it. And that quick save had nothing to do with my fear that I may die in this mob.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Jowser gives a tier 1 sub to Time and V. 49 gifted subs in the channel. Time and V, the most recent among them. Thank you so much, Jowser. I appreciate that. Might want to put out a content or trigger warning for this specific conversation. This entire game has been murder, sexual assault, slurs, both of the racial and sexual preference variety. So this one is extra. Ruh-roh. There you go. That is fair warning. This is not me trying to minimalize, but here you go. If I'm gonna say probably sexual assault. If you find conversation, especially dismissive and probably aggressive conversation about sexual assault off-putting, now might be a good time apparently to pause the stream or mute. Time of V, man. Sorry to hear that. Ooh, okay, let's do this. Are you a mercenary hired by the Wild Pines? Hell no, I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talked like that around here, you understand. His neck muscles tense up, the veins on his neck bulge. Be careful, he's holding it deep in, but there are things that you don't want to meet. It just has to be said, that was not a convincing line. Hell no, I'm just an honest scab. That didn't sound too convincing. Say very quietly, is there a tribunal being convened by chance? Nope, let's go after him. Fucking loincloth, he stares you down mutely for a second. Loincloth, now you see, it's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire. He seems tense. Is there a tribunal being convened by chance? Fucking bug, he breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating and his mouth opening slightly. You're a tiny rattle, a small radio crackling somewhere, an earpiece. How about you fuck off now, huh? Okay, of course, the lieutenant says, his voice soothing and calm. He looks at you. There could be a weapon aiming down at us right now, somewhere in the buildings. There's a merc. Don't push this thing. He's thinking this is not the time. Okay, back off. Man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get the right to work dance back on. Shut up, drama. Think you may be able to help me decipher some of these tattoos. Don't think so, he grunts, barely glancing at it. They were on the body of the man. It was your colonel. We're investigating a murder. These are tattoos on the victim's body. If we say it's your colonel, I think that... Oh, fuck it. Wordless, he takes the photo and looks at it. Gray eyes dart back and forth across the glossy surface. His face is unmoving. Hard as stone, but beneath it, you see dead flesh and colorful rivers in the polychrome, melting in skin and hair. After a while, he cranes his head side to side and sighs. Fucking loincloths really did him in. Can you tell me what the tattoos mean? What it means? He points to one tiny star on the web of lines away from the man's heart, almost his stomach. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here? Yes. Our colonel is deep in the bush here, deep in the fucking bush. In Baynatal 41 monsoon season reconnaissance mission. Baynatal, one of the inhabited islands of the Simonese archipelago near the Pale. Covered in the jungle, it was an anchor point for Simonese nationalists in the proxy war held on the island's territory. He spent a month behind enemy lines scouting Kip villages, nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless, there's talk of switching employers. He licks his lips as if drunk suddenly with some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back it off. Oh, well, this is the game devs speaking to us right now. In much the same way, Andrul from Narsil is trying to help us off. This is the game devs saying this shit's about to get graphic. Don't interrupt him. Our boy, he's a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon, his voice gets strangely quiet. A long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper. At dawn, he comes upon two Kips breeding in the bushes by the river. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think that they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. Okay, this isn't useful. Take this back. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna let him go because it's gonna make us feel less bad when we kill him. Listen, we have a thought that literally makes us take less damage from people in full-blown armor. I got a feeling that that's gonna come in useful, and I want to feel less bad if I have a chance to kill this guy. So, quite the entertainment. Shit is oh god. Sarge Mason, kind of guy who made chief there, nods his head towards the man at the gate, shit his pants and cried like a bitch. God, he suddenly burst out laughing. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over them now. Suddenly the laughter stops. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass. Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. Let's see. Evil. You bet it was. Just nature. This guy, he used to say evil is when nature and spirit meet in the wrong place. You were there? No, I was in the domain in Jamrock being a bouncer. You aren't really the scab leader, are you? Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take off the mask, but he shrugs. Under orders, and orders are orders. Can I have that back? Go ahead. He turns around, getting to the gate slowly, and yells, "All right, now, free commerce. Keep the goods flowing." On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars, tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin. Well, holy shit! All right. Well, thankfully that wasn't nearly as long as I thought it was gonna be. I thought that was gonna be like painfully long. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. Chat, I think we're good to go to the coast. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna think twice about it. We're just gonna go. I don't think I ever bought bullets. I think it's time to go get go meet this mysterious Ruby. I am breathless with how little there is left to do. Because that list has seemed insurmountable for a very long period of time. So I'm shocked that it's down to like 5 items. Who the fuck is this now? Oh, that's one of the guys. Okay, I know that group. Oh, don't even say Airbnb to me right now, man. I'm in the process. The majority of my day yesterday was taken up with trying to figure out whether or not I could get refunds on my flight and Airbnb to Amsterdam. And both instances, I think, are going to take actually communicating with humans and calling representatives and seeing what the company's take is on it. The Airbnb, I've reached out to the property manager to see if he would work with me on it. Otherwise, the refund policy for this place that I booked was half the amount minus fees up until a week before. So I would get, I mean, it's still, I get 4 figures back, but it would be half of, half. And the people who were going to go in on the Airbnb would help me. Delta, again, is case by case, and they encourage people to reach out with coronavirus stuff, but right now they're only looking at flights between now and the end of March. And their website says that I could get credit minus a cancellation fee, but it would have to be for an international flight or a flight to the same city. I don't know why that makes sense. Yeah, half minus fees. Not half, and that's still, I mean, it's like, I would get back $1,300, and then the people who were going to stay with me in Catalyst would help with that. But, yeah, man, I don't know. It's all just, I mean, like, obviously, you want everyone, you know, you want organizers to do what's right by the public and health and safety standards, sure. But it's still a huge bummer that like now so I convinced myself to go outside the box. My instinct is to sit in here and stream every single day. Period. And I have to force myself to take Sundays off, and I have to force myself to, like, 2019, I streamed as much as my body would take. I stopped for illnesses, and I stopped for TwitchCon. And I stopped for, like, MagFest. That's the entire calendar year. And power outages, and the move to this house. Otherwise, I took no additional days off. This year, I worked myself into a frenzy going, you know what? We're going to have a good year. I'm going to hit the days that I'm streaming hard, and I'm going to find ways to work from location, and I'm going to get out of this office. And that was big for me. That was like a big leap, personally, for me to say, I'm going to risk the uncertainty of taking time off, and I'm going to book non-refundable money to go do some of these big adventures to get myself out of the office and, like, refresh myself and realize that my youth is fucking fleeting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be 40. I don't have a lot of young years for travel left. And my reward for taking that big leap of faith out into the universe is the gift of, well, now you get a month of working with property managers and company reps to see if you can get some of your money refunded and not do the thing. And maybe all of your other trips that you thought you were going to take this year are canceled too. And it's like, oh. Seems good, man. It's almost like capitalism is a five-headed hydra of fucking the consumer. You would feel that way if you were me.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the
Ziggy, 31, tier 1 for 9 months. Ziggy, thank you so much, man. I sincerely appreciate the support. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up this, like, there's no turning back instance. Was seeing something that in Europe, rules for flying are such that if they don't fly out, another company can, like, take their spot, so big airlines are just sending empty planes out. Is there a thought there? No. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. I haven't even thought about saving money for a while. Or at least, well, in the game I haven't thought about saving money for a while. Ruby the Instigator, suddenly your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once, but her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. No, wait, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. She said don't fight it. Oh, shit. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience, way worse than the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. What's happening to me?
A latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Blasted from the pale emitter Fat Angus mentioned. Saw your equations. It's the Ulan frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. Well, I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale. People lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, you just might get an opportunity to break loose. What is this goddamn pale anyway?
It's the end of the world.
How do you get your hands on this
I built
thing?
it myself.
She nods at her torture device.
Illegal. I'm guessing it's patented.
Attaboy, Kim.
Oh yeah, way beyond.
Will I stay like this
No.
forever?
Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very...
This torture device is patented.
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk. What about the man who was killed?
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Please turn it down. I can ask you something.
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Damn this.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens. The gun she's carrying is a 2-barrel front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Oh, that's a red check. Okay, hold on. Oh, my pain threshold is very high. Just keep her talking. You'll get through this. How'd you know we were coming? I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while by hiding bullets under the floorboards. So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. Her tone's bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed. She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel, the washerwoman. So nice. That one's knife I didn't want to find in my back. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. She smiles a little. Preparing for the worst. I was before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now. Did you shoot Lily? No, I didn't. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he would have been broken at first. What's up, baby?
Just letting you know we're heading out.
All right, I will try to be there as close to 12 as, or as close to 12:30 as humanly possible. All right. Love you. Bye. Friend Clausia really threw you out to the wolves. Said you shot Lily. You're right. Clausia was the first to share suspicions. When I threatened to arrest Clausia, broke and told me everything. I'll say Clausia was the first. That should sow some discord in her mind. Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How'd you find me? Titus told me. Took me some convincing. Ah, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me. I know it. If this has happened with people whom I like, a dull despair is creeping into her voice. How the fuck do the rest? How the fuck do the rest of you get by? Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them. I do it by asking questions. I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me? What shit? She adjusts her grip on the gun. I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me. Would you say that Lily was a likable person? I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable. You don't feel sympathy for the mercs. There's nothing more personal. Let's see. Yeah. You don't feel sympathy for the mercs. It's hard work. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. There's nothing more personal than what you had against him. Perhaps his way with women. You think I was envious of his conquest? Look, pussy's not a problem of mine, and definitely not a reason to off someone. See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy department. Holy shit, electrochemistry, is now really the time? Did you feel protective of the Union? Yeah, sure, and I didn't like Wild Pine sending in those foreign hirelings, me and a fuck ton of people around here. She didn't hate him, okay? I have other questions. Conclude. You have an alibi? Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope at least they bothered to impress that upon you. There was 10 minutes they couldn't account for. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't have even been enough time. Hold on, no one takes a 15-minute leak. Look, fuck you, man. I might have stopped by the bar. She speaks the truth. She speaketh the truth. Our investigation wins from the pain has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. Wow, now I'm curious. Please explain. Play pinball much? Not since I was 14. Haven't been into a low-risk, no-reward game since moving to the city. Shut up, drama. There's some mysterious pinball machines in some mysterious rooms in the Whirling. Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the Suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries. What kind of mysteries are you into then? Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking. What about the elevators? Do you like elevators? What the fuck do elevators have to do with anything? Do you or don't you? Not particularly. Not even grab your head, quaint old rickety ones. Not really into shit that's old for shit's sake. God damn it. Kim grabs his head. So, you know she's not an antiques enthusiast, so my jurisdiction man, not my jurisdiction man, but doesn't sound like she used the secret route at all. There's a secret way from the ground floor of the Whirling to the roof. Don't know it, but also, she frowned studying your face. The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs. She has a point there. No one mentioned the pain stops her from finishing the sentence. That didn't go super well. You gotta say something better on her. You gotta lay something better on her. You like Colossia a lot. I consider her a good friend. Is peeping one of your hobbies? Wow, pissing, pinball, and now peeping. Just following your I'm just not following your insinuations. There's a hole in the wall. You can see in Colossia's bedroom. I wouldn't blame you if I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Worst case scenario, I can look at a naughty photo. Who has time to go skulking around the Whirling, drilling holes in walls? Colossia looks like a girl on one of your posters. She seems to be your type. The fuck, man? She's everyone's type. She's your type. Are you sure you're not the one who's excited about the peephole? She's beginning to suspect you've broken into her lorry now. Yeah, actually, I did get pretty excited. Cool, man, cool. I'm glad you got off on it. What the fuck are you talking about? So you haven't been watching Colossia through a hole in the wall. Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. A sort of je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into a room. Very difficult to look away, but travel enough and you realize for the same reason that she's everyone type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable. Wow, electrochemistry says wrong. That kind of pussy is never replaceable. You wanted to be more than just friends? Oh, so that's where you're going with this? She said you wanted to run away with her. It's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had past we didn't want to catch up with us and we enjoyed listening to music. Why not go on a road trip? Lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain. Okay, fine, she rolls her eyes. I was into Colossia, I was into her, Colossia was into me too for a time. I know it, we even fooled around once, and yeah, after that, I thought maybe we could make a go of it. Colossia only said they'd maybe kissed. Someone is lying here. She touched that radiant beauty, that silver wellspring of desire. Jesus! Electrochemistry. Colossia said you only kissed? She rolls her eyes again. If that's what she wants on record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later. Seriously, just move on. Volition's smart here. We'll get into it here. Then what happened? She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on. Papa Slurp. What's going on? We're trying our best to crack through the rest of Disco Elysium. We've been at this for 36 hours now. Well, not straight, but in total. Classy said you got very angry when you started seeing Lily threatened her. Well, one time when we'd been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head with all the drugs she was doing, make you feel like you're living a DeLorean tragedy. Are you a girl liker? What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse. And despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The Merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer. There are other things I want to ask about. Go ahead, it's your body. Kim is less than pleased. You have a gun. And where did you get it? The gun store. What gun store? The Trigger Happy Jacks. Doesn't sound like the real name of a gun store. What'd you think? That I'm gonna squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. It's a front loader. You have another gun somewhere? Sure don't. A breech loader? Nope. This is such a wipeout. Thanks, hand-eye coordination. I appreciate you. I can tell what kind of gun is it. A Natchway 80 front loader, 2-barrel. Not really the gun you were looking for, I'm guessing. You know, I know you don't like old things, but do you sell antique rifles on the side? Never really got into weapons trafficking, especially not old weapons. They break too often. You don't want unhappy customers among gun collectors. Other evidence I want to ask you about. Do you like to hang out on rooftops? Who doesn't? Oh, you mean Klaus's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got a great antenna. Is that the only reason you hung out? The view's pretty bomb too. You might say the antenna was just the main attraction there, along with Klausia. What's so great about her antenna? It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival. Are you sure you didn't shoot the Merc on the roof? Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I've said before, the shot came from afar. You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry. She shakes her head slowly. So Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician. That really comes as a blow to her. Yeah, I made him talk. That figures. What now? Are you gonna arrest me for drug trafficking? You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. This means you're already a known killer because drugs kill people. You had... Oh, god damn it. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. She scoffs. That's your prerogative. You had a financial incentive to kill the Merc. Man, it's to get away from all the murderous shit that I left behind in Jamrock, my previous employer for the Union. Susan! Kim. In my head, that's what he said. She turns the knob down just a millimeter, then continues. I got lucky being a dispatcher. I never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. The gun, she glances at it, has only been used for self-defense against serious scum. There, it's going to be easier to reach the machine now. But you're threatening us with it right now. Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum. She responds, holding your gaze. There's a sinister note in her voice, even with the gun and the compressor. She's afraid of you. Alright, let's take a step back. Yeah, where... More and more questions before doing anything. Who killed the Merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late in the... listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez. Police radio, you've been following the case? Who hasn't? She shrugs. You know, I can still see him there in Klaus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm with the bluish light coming through the broken window, made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. It's okay, we just want to... Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with the Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Klausie comes in, all pale and shuddering, sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves, so I grab a seat next to her. She didn't seem high to you? Oh yeah, super, but I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party before. This is a woman who has seen people OD. Klausie wasn't quite there yet, so why worry? Klausie said you knew something was wrong immediately. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be the first time for her, but no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The Merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor dead. She couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah. You made it look like he'd been hanged. Klausia said you seem to have a plan prepared. Let's see. Klausia found it weird that you came up with a plan so quickly. Wait. What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. She looked shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out before, but framed. Yeah, in cold blood, it really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was going to, it was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so we could wind the shower head around his neck. Fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys. Clausia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise. Showerhead, resourceful. That's bad that she'd be so calm. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. Do you think she killed Lily herself? As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, no nothing. If you don't look at the screen while Taffy reads some of these lines, it almost sounds like he's having a manic episode. JJ Madison, what's going on? Who's to say I'm not? Even if this is true, the lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence. Weren't you worried that the lynching might lead to war? She purses her lips. The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was just going to have repercussions either way, although the way things are going. She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. Her grip on the gun's tight, her arms toned, her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender. You didn't kill him, then why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by the goddamn La Puta Madre agent. Strange, distant fear you feel is getting closer now. It's a fear of yourself. What do you mean, a Puta Madre agent? She looks at you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener. Ruh-roh. A sudden, sharp pain in your head, and you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell, why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly, like a vein exploded. Ruh-roh. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Jamrock, the cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you? Uh-oh. Puta Madre, he's dangerous, right? Is that a joke? Or a threat? I'm guessing both. Sorry, I don't know how I'm supposed to tell you this, but I lost my memory recently. Yeah, sure. She doesn't believe you. Thanks, drama. Shut up. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. What'd you do to him anyway? Been to my lorry, the biggest player in Jamrock, appreciates competition, and now I have a hairy can opener in my lair. Fucking Titus. Do you know about the bunker next door? What bunker? There's a communist hideout back there. Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp, but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to... Her voice trails off into white noise into her head. It feels like an aneurysm is approaching. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell. You're under arrest. She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles. Ah, fuck it. She puts the barrel of the gun in her own mouth. Oh, boo. What are you doing? Problem solving, she mutters. Man, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are... Oh, yes, it is. Well, Kobe! Oh, I came so close. You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. Why is it not coming to you? Why am I standing here like an idiot? Because you're been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now. Can't stop her. Let her do it. No, wait. Finally, it comes to you, a way to connect with her. I know your pain. I've been let down by women, too. Oh, god damn! She flashes you an incredulous grin, then exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. Okay. What do we do now? We clean up. He looks around. It may take days for processing to pick up the body. We need to move it somewhere. He squints into the darkness. That tent there. Suggestion. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally. We know you're capo type. Wait, there are capo types? Yeah, guess what's yours? I am a superstar cop. As a ludicrous daydream. Guess again, you are the apocalypse cop? I am a cool cop? Sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Diagnosey, howdy Taffy in chat. Don't mind me, just planning to play this someday. Hell yeah, I'm gonna play it again, for sure. Sure. We have a thought gain, rigorous self-critique. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million bucks. That won't happen. Thanks, Logic. Alright, well, this went well. I have a gun! I'll take that. Fucking akimbos. Oh, shit. Dark water trails in the distance. There is no way out. Yeah, that's how she felt. Oh my god. Can't believe Kim has nothing to say about this cooking utensil. She made herself porridge with bananas. No wonder she wanted to die. $8. Move body into the tent. Red tent stands dispassionately. Look inside. You see a rolled up sleeping bag and personal belongings. We should put her in the sleeping bag so the rats don't get to her. Alright, let's move her in. Acopolis. Yeah, Diagnosey, I can't wait to play this the second time. God, dude, we just did some scraping ass noises. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, booze, and half-read magazines. Magazines, you should look through them. Shine your flashlight on the books and magazines. Sorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. The motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines. The lieutenant peeks over your shoulder. See anything? Rega Monthly, Journal of Material Science, more technological digest. One of the magazine covers doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. We should read this immediately, like right now. Okay. Point made. Hold on. Look for Ruby on the coast. You found a journal, read it. We have a thought that we're probably not going to internalize. We have a new tool. Hell yeah. Superstar cop. Interact. A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. Examine the cover. It's made of full grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover, the lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name Schneller. Schneller is a stationary brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. Unwrap the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of it is ruled pages that have been filled. Study the handwriting. Large cursive. Someone who writes quickly and confidently. Flip through the pages. Mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections. All dated. Here we go. Hard to tell exactly what kind of logistics. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like the contact information, quantities, and directions. Could be useful information of local operations in those notes. I have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish. Professionalism is his coping mechanism. What are the diagrams of? Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressors, sketches, calculations, and distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Anything personal? Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appear to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues, always tough on leadership. You can smell traces of betrayal. How far back? August 2 of last year. Simply reads, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. What did she write the day Lily died? Nothing on March 4. March 5, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. There are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it. Anything about La Puta Madre? The name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. What about this M? He points to a large page, or a page you're staring at. Could this be La Puta Madre? Here, March 9 and March 15. Great. M's peons coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching, but also I feel in my gut to put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Kamai! What's going on, man? Then again, this isn't what I've been doing. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Things played out just as she had feared, except you didn't shoot her. It's in you to do something like this. Kill her, physically at least. You could pull the trigger if you had to. I'm okay with that. That's good. Pragmatic approach. Read March 12. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being all alone and all. I don't know when I'll be able to leave or if I'm ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best people, the boys for in the best in people, the boys for example, but experience tells me, did M truly feel betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He didn't have to know if he threatened people. He'd have to know that if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures fail first. Got to make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. What about the most recent entry in the journal? Most recent entries from today, it reads... we leveled up. Even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run, not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning. I don't think she killed the mercenary. Lieutenant taps on the page and looks as though she might have been framed. This whole thing was a detour and a fatal one, I think. Don't get emotional. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, what do you mean framed? By the Hardy Boys, by Clausia, by us. Am I really a Puta Madre agent? New task. Are you La Puta Madre's peon? He looks at you straight in the eye for a moment, then sighs. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. Shit, we're not going to wrap this up today. He truly does not believe that you are. Perhaps you shouldn't be so trusting. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it. Then who do you think killed the merc? Clausia was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself. Or he stops to think. No one heard the shot. Maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. Guess we're heading back to the Whirling in Rags. Ruby said you were a notoriously corrupt cop, La Puta Madre's peon. That's why she was scared of you. When you get the chance, call your station and find out more, if you dare. Return to the Whirling in Rags. I feel bad, man. This game always gets such short shrift. I moved it to Saturdays so it could literally have its own day until it finished, and in a month of Saturdays, I've not played it through the entire stream because I've either stopped earlier or been kind of forced to switch to something. What are our tasks that we have left? Let's do the white checks. The Rene Arnault one is now soft locked. The map locked one is the map wall one is a glitch at this rate. Happy to report the second bottle has arrived. Spectacular. I will pick that sumbitch up on Monday. Alright, so composure, that's fine. We're never going to hit those. Maybe conceptualization. Oh, shivers. Maybe we should do shivers. Or rhetoric. Oh, rhetoric's the cargo door. Do we have more than one visual calculus? We don't. What do you guys think, chat? Anybody have thoughts on what point we should put into? I kind of want to put one into shivers because we're going to go back and talk to Clausia anyway. We're clearly not going to get all of these. But if we're going to be talking to Clausia anyway, we might as well open up a white check on her. We haven't put any points into shivers. Raise the hairs on your neck. Tune into the city. Oh no, D, I'm totally enjoying it. I won't lie, there is a part of me that's starting to feel the weight of the backlog. The number of games that we have to play that people have straight up paid for is daunting at this rate. I'm gonna go with shivers, since we're gonna talk to Clausia anyway. And it loads into physique, which is on our list as it stands. Is there anything else like back there? No. I can't believe I can't believe that Kim doesn't have anything to add on to that, you know? it would feel as though there would be like a conversation to be had after the fact. Oh. 11:09 chat. My fast is officially broken. Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything, I won't lie, there's a part of me that feels a little bit suspicious about how calm Kim is being here. Man, I will be heartbroken. Like, no spoilerinos, but I'll be heartbroken if it turns out that Kim is somehow in on this. With the number of people who have reaffirmed my feeling that, you know, Kim is relationship goals. Lily Amanda. Welcome, Lily. Being professional is a way to cope. Yeah, I got that part, but at the same time, that would be a twist, as if Kim was somehow involved in this, but I would be bummed out. Tig old biddies. There's been a lot of language in this game, but unlike Witcher, I've seen Nary and Areola so far. I should be getting ready for work right now. I say unfortunately, it's not unfortunate. I'm going to do something for my son, but I somewhat unfortunately have to wrap stream in 50 minutes. I've got a hard stop. I have to go partake in some sort of school activity that Grayson has said he really would like me to go to. Nary and Areola. Ye old Nariola. What a twist. Dude, I haven't talked to Everard in a... Oh.
I'm all out of shit to give, Loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
There's a feverish gleam in his eyes.
Put your goddamn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through, all right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, Loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under his ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm. There's something very wrong with him. Shh. He is dangerous. Kim tells us to shut up.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Gift is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone caught here.
You all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fella?
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower and knows it. It sounds like the armored figure is weeping.
Nest in your abdominal cavity, like a little wild mouse.
The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant points to the helmeted figure. This third one, he is the most dangerous of them all, heavily armed. The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there. We're out of time. What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed.
Smart, I like that.
We have to intervene.
The big one is the mercenary at the big one is the mercenary at the gates.
This turns into a firefight. We should take him out first.
We're out of time.
The mercenary tribunal.
The mercenary tribunal. Fuck it, let's get in there.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving the gun around the crowd, losing his balance for a moment and staggers backwards. I think he calmed down a bit. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire. I can talk to him. You can't think that way now. This is serious. The voice from beneath the helmet interrupts your thoughts. You can only make out the last word. I can see you're drunk.
Yeah, welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, your fingers holding the grip of a gun that has just taken a life tingle. Go for it. It's easy to say. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before he shoots you. If you waste time, people die. No, we can do this. Drag it out a bit. Get under his skin. I don't know about this. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm barely keeping your hand from trembling here. Holy shit. Empathy, peace, always peace. It's worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have and then move down from that. I didn't know you had a third guy. Rudd's the killer. The armored woman smiles a vicious smile. Rudd, the killer, honkalun. He doesn't talk much. All you fucking cunts inside out. What was that, Rudd? Rip you open. Perhaps it's for the best, him not talking too much. The killer? The gunner, the raidist, the killer. He points points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate. What do you think he does? There on the rim of his helmet, you count the little stick figures, 19, 20, 21. How about 50 little stick figures, all of them black, plus 2 little white ones at the end. These men have served in Simony and the native islanders. He kills black people? That's right, plenty of... Oh, Jesus Christ, this is difficult. Let's do Eugene, let's fucking do it. The man presses through his teeth, his hand held on his belt. Gene! Easy, easy. Listen, they didn't do it. Yeah, well then who did? I just need a little time to figure this out. Time, you had time to fuck around in that church. Points over the water to run errands for your union chief. I saw you. Time's up, loincloth. Give me a name now. Oh no, come on. Chat. We could tie it all on Ruby, she's dead. There's someone else who's not here now. It wasn't Titus. It wasn't Clausia in action. I don't think it was Ruby. It might have been me. Let's do it. No, wait. Kim winces, turns to him. He didn't. He's tense like a steel spring under a full load. I'm an amnesiac cop. I probably did it, and I can't even remember that I did it. It's an insane plan I've hatched. It's a last-ditch effort to ward off the end of times, and it didn't even work. I did it because I'm a delusional washout cop who thinks he's a superstar. I just do shit. I changed my mind. I can still change my mind. I did this because I'm a delusional washout cop who thinks this is a superstar. I just do shit. You think this is funny? There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. What if I just shot one of your pals here for fun, huh? He points his gun at Elizabeth. How about Elizabeth? It'd be fucking funny. Listen, please. She raises both her hands. This cop is a drumhead court marshal who won't decide who he's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. I mean... Nah, we didn't. She wasn't even there. Oh, okay, yep, we're getting people killed. Holy shit. Alright, well, the woman grabs her left side. She's down, shirt soaks red with blood around her abdomen. She gasps for air, repeating, I'm okay, I'm okay. Yeah, morale's not great. She's not, she's bleeding out. If she doesn't get help in 10 minutes, she'll die. Fuck this, the man starts pulling for something in his pocket. It's a coarse shuffle against something. Is it a gun? F this, dude. Do we have anything that feels even remotely good? Got Gardner shot. Ugh. A plume of smoke erupts and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. Look through the smoke rising from the barrel. Oh, look at him. There's a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward, eyes filled with rage and disbelief, gurgling, muttering something unintelligible. His lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. This is a nifty little fucking move. Oh, no! To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves are steady, but the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. Oh, I can't do that. From the corner of your eye, you see the lieutenant raise his pistol and aim at Rudd. Blink, think. You stare down the barrel of the gun. You see Rudd's mask behind it, his eye in the slit of the helmet like a camera lens focusing on you. 0.4 seconds remain. There are 6 little black dots on the tip of the barrel like a honeycomb. This is a knot cannon. It shoots 6 rounds in one pull of the trigger. Absolute destruction. What am I supposed to do here? Is there anything we could use to protect us from this body? That gun will tear us to pieces. Ugh. We're not dead. We're not dead. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force. A volcano of burning pain erupts from your left shoulder. The pain flows over your body like an awful shock. A grim knowing rises from within you. Half your body must be gone. Lieutenant aims, face pale, without trembling. He quietly utters, "God, please." Then 2 shots ring out at once and you hear a man scream, but you're too hurt to see. Who got hit? Did he hit the rifleman? Blood gushes from the helmet's eye sockets as Rudd staggers back, disoriented. The sound comes from his helmet. The sounds coming from his helmet are not human. An unbelievable shot from the lieutenant, who screamed. Glenn dying in a puddle behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes from him like red geysers. Oh God, watch out. You see 2 crazed eyes staring at you through all the smoke and the panic with blood gushing from his face. The man raises his pistol at you. Look him in the eye. Look at vengeance framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on earth, but he will do it. He is your end. Here it comes, death. You can't, there's no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. Listen, through the darkness and the pain, the Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps over you. Nearby, gunfire shatters glass. Stop, yells Gart. Touch your lower body. Warm blood pools underneath you. It's sticky and there's so much of it. Don't go into shock. Hold on. Why are parts of me missing? Most of what's down there. Oh, God. It's all gone. Open your eyes now. You have to see what's happening. Try to open your eyes. Nothing. A persisting darkness, dancing lights of pain, distant shadows cast by them like a hellish play. Out of it, a silhouette appears crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. You're bleeding out. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there. Stay with me. You feel burning hot tears streaming from your eyes. I shouldn't have called her. Now she hates me. Keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake. But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy and the sounds more distant and a cold comes washing over you. Kim, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A slender white shadow towering... No. Raising her pistol at him, the lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. Ah, we got authority! Come on! No, you say and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand trembles and your eyes are full of fear. That's all it takes. There's no room for hesitation. The lieutenant moves like a spring unloaded. He grabs the gun from your bloody hand and fires behind him. You hear a faint scream, a woman's, and then the sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone, so is Kim, then the whole world. Fall into darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
I kind of want to finish the fight.
There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting and being disinfected and smelling of drugs and feeling saliva in his mouth. Drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his womb sleep.
He can't go, not before the case is solved. There's a radio in the distance, a radio of the world playing sounds. Good morning, Elsium. Soon you'll return to the world.
Turn today. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets worse.
Come again? You see Kim's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple from the pain. It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters. This game is fucking wild, man. Hey, we leveled up. Sunrise Parabellum, the lieutenant says. He's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room with a fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. Ouch. It's not ouch time yet. You got a Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait till it wears off. Dramamine, then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad. The room's clean. Mr. Gart cleaned it. Took him an entire day. How long have I been out? 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse and drink water. What'd you say, Sunrise? Sunrise Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. It's engraved on my gun. It served you well. So how many dots do we get for people killed on our card? This is insane. Is it war today? He looks out the window. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt. I'm relieved to say I think we may have held it off for now. He unzips his bomber jacket barely. Ouch. That's right. Ouch indeed. What happened? What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued. Is he dead? Yes. Good. As a retaliation, the rifleman shot you. He hit with his carbine. I was looking for a clear line of sight when I found it. He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit. I shot him and wounded him while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. This is the first person to die in his place, he goes on. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they could make it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alan and the musician. I forget his name. Eugene? Yes, Eugene's still alive too. You were bleeding out by then. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, DePaul, before she got the jump on me. Thank you. I killed her. The lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it up. A bitter smell fills the room, and that's what happened. I thought you only smoked one a day, man. This is the one. They're all dead, all three of the contractors. He nods. DePaul was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Krenel for a funeral. The company has yet to retaliate.
Taffy, man, what does it mean when there's like bits, but a lot of them?
Out of the fucking ether, because Saturday is not like Saturday are not like make money hand over fist days. Out of the ether, 1100 bits just landed in my lap from Frostbite 1981. Frostbite, thank you so much, man. Disarmed right in the face. Holy shit, Legolas. Disarmed her face from her skull. Oh shit. Frostbite, man, that is a beefy bit drop. Thank you for the 1100 bits. I sincerely appreciate it. That is very kind of you. Because we deterred them, or Joyce did, maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target, or maybe he breathes in the fume thinking maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. How many casualties on the Union side total? 5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. There's a pause. And Elizabeth too. Elizabeth Beaufort was her name. The gardener. Should not make it. Now, she bled out before Everett's surgeon could help her. Everett sent his personal doctor, but he shakes his head. A costly loss for the Union. She was being trained for leadership. If I'd have presented a better theory to their leader. Oh no, come on. She never had a chance. She should not have been there in the first place. There was no way to convince them. Stop this line of thought now. You're too broken for ghosts. That's all. I don't see how it could have gone any better. Let's face it, officer, and this is both our fault. It could have gone a little better. 7 people are dead. +1, Ruby. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The hornets did not get to the bee's hive. He rubs his swollen chin. The worst case scenario has not materialized yet. And we are still alive, both of us. He's smoking, his hunchback. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. His cigarette has medicinal purposes. How bad am I hurt? Pretty bad, officer. You suffered 2 wounds. The first below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade, luckily missing your lung and heart. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. He points to your leg. No major arteries were nicked. The bullet had to be removed. The bacterial infection was treated with mercurochrome. Can I walk? We will see. Anyone from the station been to see me? Nope. A man and woman sit in the front seat of the armored motor carriage, and the woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, a harbor crane rises to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says. Good. Isn't that strange? Called your station after the fight. The injury was logged. They told me they've sent officers to join your side. You haven't seen any, have you? There's a pause. I'm sure they're worried about you. Are you hurt? Not very. He rubs his chin. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I try not to move too much. Things would have been worse if you didn't warn me. There's a pause. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. If not my station, then who treated me? I did. Oh my god. I just draw like a little heart around Kim. We're just gonna say thank you. We're just gonna say thank you. And we're gonna take a second to get up. Easy now, the lieutenant turns double again. Before your eyes, an orange hue of pain. You can take it, just don't lean on that leg of yours too heavily. The lieutenant looks at you teetering on your feet. He thinks you should sit back down, back straight. Now you're not sitting anywhere. What happens now? I honestly don't know. Good, because I totally do. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everett. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp, and Joyce is left too. Joyce is gone. She left yesterday morning to meet the board of the Wild Pines, or that's what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps the Krynel from sending in a death squad. He looks out the window. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her word. Either way, Ruby's gone and Klausya too. We really should have arrested her, you know. Shit, man. I was about to go interrogate her. Oh yeah, she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. I asked Mr. Gart. Turns out it was a bad idea not to arrest her, but he shrugs, maybe it was a good deed that will pay off in heaven. Who would have figured? Who did it, Kim? Who killed the hanged man? I don't know. I think your incredibly dangerous theory about you being the killer was incorrect. However, there's not one piece of evidence to support it. Holy shit! Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. His voice calm, matter-of-factly. Klausya escaped. Absolutely, there's no other way around it. We screwed up. Goddamn footprints, man. Yes, he said, God curse the footprints not solving the case for us. Ah, diable. Am I Puta Madre's agent? Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are as peons. Even if you are, it's not a decisive factor in the case. Fucking Maybells, Kim, the flowers. What? They're on the fucking roof. I did not catch them. Fucking Butterfingers. What about the hole in the wall? I don't know. He rubs his neck. That's been there for years. Still, 28% possibility the shot came from a distance. We should go upstairs, rethink ballistics. An antique bullet, Belgrave. How hard can it be to find one? They actually got the decimal point in the wrong place here. Extremely easy. There are thousands lying around from the war, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it was that makes the bullet useless. There are all these old bunkers and weapon cache, Revolutionary War area. We could find thousands more if we wanted to. All of Revachol is filled with them. They seemed so mysterious. Can't believe they're fucking useless. No need to be melodramatic. Something is creeping around out there. I can sense it. What is something? Something, he repeats. Something. You know what I think about solving crimes, conclude. Oh, you know what I think about solving crimes? It's almost impossible. You can feel that way sometimes, yes. That concussion must be making him dizzy. You're not ready to give up, are you? No. There's a short pause. Are you ready to limp? I am ready. Good. Where do you want to limp? We should check out Mrs. Katrazine Alasier's room upstairs. Why not? He extinguishes the cigarette with the sole of his boot. Bitch got away, man. Dude, I hate Clausia now. I wasted a point going to interrogate her. That sucks. Another look through the windows, perhaps. Yeah, the last time we looked at all this stuff, dude, we didn't have Kim with us, I don't think. I am in a struggling way. Gleaming white enamel, no bottles inside. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. Well, now I will. Window got fixed. Stereo 8 has been reunited with its right speaker. Shit. Not composure. Not pain threshold. I don't know, man. I'm dump another point into hand-eye coordination. Save it for now. Oh, dude, I like where your head is. Oh, damn, Kim's room's tiny as shit. 6:50 a.m. Slacker. Medicinal cupboard. Papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases. I had guard open the door to your room. He closes the notes. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. I'm not doing that self-pitying bullshit. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. It would have been easier were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky considering the odds we faced. There's a pause, like, let's go. Can I not go out through the door, though? Oh my god. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Kim's room. Upstairs. Short day. Taffy doesn't care about us anymore. Leg hurts. Maybe it'll be... Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Alright, well, I won't run. Dude, don't blame me. Blame my stupid child. With it. I can say that. Nobody's here. It's just me. It's a joke. Grayson said there was a thing that he really wants me to go to. I don't want to say I tried to back out of it. But I did stop him and say, like... Hey Grayson, like, how important is it? Like, is this really important that Daddy comes to your thing and it wasn't I can tell when he's being dramatic, and I can tell, when he means it, and it was very sincere. So, I have to go. I have to go. Taffy going to be with his biological children, not his chat children. Chat children are better. They pay more. That's for goddamn sure. You see the same two neon lit shapes, a man and a woman. Now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall. It's ballistics. She left a trajectory for us. The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly. Where does the thread lead? Suggest the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof B. The island in the bay. She trying to tell us the shot came from the islet. He nods, unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. There are ruins on that island, a sunken sea fort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer. Lieutenant looks out of the window onto the bay. How did she know to do this? She was there that night. She would have known precisely how where the bullet hole was in the glass. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I just don't know. Neither do I. This is the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet. So it is. For a second, he seems tired. Maybe we need to go to the island. Wind blows in from the open window and the lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water. There, across the gray water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and half-sunken ruins of a flak tower. I remember an anti-aircraft gun or ruins of one on the island from the coin-operated viewer. Could be the makings of a sniper's nest. Kim, I'm going to the island. You in? Of course, he nods. Of course I'm in. He takes a second to gather himself, then says, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had the sloop, but she's gone. Lillian, the net picker, she's tarring her boat. To the village. I guess I can't run. Monkeyism! Hello, my sweet summer child. Here just in time. Yeah, just in time for me to beat feet and get out of here. I mean, I say just in time. I got 20 minutes left. I may get out to the islet, but I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the game today. Well, I don't know when the game ends, but based on estimates, I don't think I'm finishing the game today. So, bums me out a little bit. Not everyone, but a lot of people said, oh yeah, the game takes about 30 hours to complete. I probably have made this harder on myself because I frankly converse with a lot of people, not just in chat, but in the game. Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his beer in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you, but I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable respect.
What I'm trying to say here is thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand. His hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, this hulking lump of a man is glad to be alive. This is big. It's as big a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances. It's a pillow fight compared to the gloaming that is soon at hand. We shall perish in the upcoming cleanse. I superstarred the shit out of it. Dick Mullen on steroids. A sad smile passes over his face. Glenn would have liked you had he gotten to... never mind. Yeah, having to actually read all of the lines out loud. I mean, that's... yeah. And here, the thing is that, like, I found pretty early on that I could either half-ass it and just, like, fucking race through all of them and, like, skip big chunks of it. But there were people who were fans of the game that don't know me from anybody that were coming in to watch the game, and they were like, oh man, you skipped a part that was one of my favorites. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. So I either had to commit to doing it well, or I just had to, like, kill it. And I was so intrigued by the game that I just kind of had to commit to doing it well. Ooh, woo him into submission. Damn it, Jellybean, whose side are you on? There's a lump in his throat when he thinks of Glenn lying on the plaza mosaic bleeding. Yeah, you know what? I am sorry about the men that he lost. His bruised face stiffens. Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went out. Never could imagine him withering away on a sick bed. Lizzie and Angus, they were stupid kids. They didn't realize the shit they got into before it was too late. I feel responsible for them both. For all of them, really. Here it comes. The last one is the worst. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic and effective. Thank you, Electrochemistry. And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I loved that crazy homo like my own brother. He takes a sip of his beer. We're all fucked without him, but what do you do? This job is shit. I think that's French. And if this game has taught me anything, is that I do not speak French. Where's that Shanky fella? Dennis, the poor little rat's dead too. I always thought he'd run, but no, he stayed. Stupid brave fella. He didn't like him. That only makes it worse. We're born into this world to die, it seems. Maybe there's redemption in that. At least it ends one day. Man, getting shot has really squeezed all the funk out of you. The guy looks up from the table. Mark my words, one day we'll look back on this day and remember their courage and not their deaths. Takes another sip, but today ain't that day yet, is it? What happened to Clausia? Don't know, don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again. Even after all the hell he's been through, he's still bitter about her. Same here, man. He shrugs and tries to look uninterested. What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys? I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting heads. Any idea what I should do now? Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other. Monkeyism, you didn't tell me you were in Disco Elysium. They reference you almost by name. Judging by the sight of you, he looks at your bandages. I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other. Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Jamrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all of Revachol. These guys are fucking sweet talkers, man. Listen to these. They should have sent poets. Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine. Dude, if I get shot, the last thing I want is for my wife to pogo stick me. I get shot in the thigh. All I want is to binge watch all of Better Call Saul and the box of Danish that's downstairs. Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alan. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers. Thank you, Kim, for being the lone voice of reason in this entire room. Yes, I've been shot in the Weenel area, man. So long, fellas. Be good so I don't have to come back here again. Take care, coppers, he says with a warm smile. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice. Kim is the absolute best, man. I like I said, if it turns out that he's like a Bond villain, I'll be heartbroken, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Alan nods to you and then to the lieutenant. Capo Loco and the normal cop, I guess. Good shot in Jamrock. Scars make the best tattoos, or good luck in Jamrock. Scars make the best tattoos, they say. Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step in the line of fire, but you did. And if you ever feel like the uniform's holding you back, I got a few vacancies. You'd make one Hardy Boy. You make one Hardy Boy copper. Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead. The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it. I will, Capo. That's a promise. He puts his can down. Now scoot, because the Hardy Boys got some morning and drinking to do. Take it easy on the drink. The danger's not past. The town needs you on your feet. Good point, Binoculard. Hardy looks at his beard. We'll keep the volume under 12% tonight. I guess we should talk to Gart. Gone back to working on that bird, man. Dude's intense.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
Be nice to Gart. God damn it. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after, let's be fair, you defended this establishment as a clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit's due, sir. That was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him, crawled inside, bullets started flying anyway, his throat clears. He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by in the danger zone to say, I wish you a quick recovery. Also, he raises a finger. You and your partner are staying here for free now. This establishment supports COP. The stay is free. The drinks are not. I just felt I needed to specify that. Where did everyone go? Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. Okay, so I have to mention it when it happened. You were right out there on the balcony. Yeah, I was. He's trying to remain aloof. That's because I'm a badass. Good luck with your bird, Gart. It really took courage. Don't pick at him. If you say two different words like that, it sounds like there's something terribly wrong with your ass. Just nod stoically. He nods back at you. Even more fucking. Go get him, Gart. You fucking dipstick. Just two badass men nodding stoically, man. Make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding to, hands crossed. Look at that shit. The best nod of the 3 of them. God, he nailed the shit out of that stoic nod. Unbelievable. Is there anything Kim can't do? Well, we're sure as shit not getting down to the village quickly on one leg, so I guess we'll walk as far as we can. And the moment I hit noon, chat, like, I'm not gonna just like go. I'm not just gonna go like so. Dude, Kim got 2 of them, didn't he? Holy shit. One day I will return to your side. The graffito has been painted over the traces of blood, the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel. I'm mostly referring to when you had the choice to shoot down the bot. Oh yeah, no, he sucked at that. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. That feels like a million years ago in this game. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good place to stop. Looks like Cindy from the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece. Lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger. Looks like it's still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday. I smell heavy fuel and blood. Some of it's even yours. Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? Step back, Lieutenant, and set the graffito on fire with a cigarette. The fuel oil catches on fire immediately with an ominous hiss. Bright orange flash coming across the surface of the letters. Black smoke rising from the burning message. You've been policed, Martinez. God, I'm on my way. Say nothing and stare grimly into the... We've already dipped into the Disco Elysium basket once to name the nightclub. I think we say nothing and stare grimly into the flames. Lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. The fire falters. The flames warmed him too, not at all in the bad way. Let's go to that island. Fuck yeah, I'm hype! I don't get a healed morale for that? You can't... Oh my god, damn it. Game devs, come on, this writes itself. You can't tell me you can't heal 1 morale for that? I just lit the ground on fire like the crow. Got Kim to nod stoically twice in the matter of 90 seconds. You're telling me I'm not playing this game right? Jesus, what do I gotta do? I shot a man? I lit a message on fire like a badass does? What do you want me to do, game? Ugh.